without further ado, let's get straight to business. Welcome to episode 15 of Flock Talk. 15 weeks of Flock Talk greatness. To God be the glory. Shout out to everybody for being here today. Shout out to everybody that made it to the Flock Talk. Shout out to everybody that made it to the YouTube channel or that on there. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. Hope everybody's feeling healthy. As you guys can see, I'm here accompanied by my lovely, lovely wife, Alex. It's just Alex. My fault. Put some respect on her name. Go ahead, Alex. You can. My fault. I talked over you.
Oh, I just said what's up, peoples.
Okay. And then we are also accompanied by one of our 2G1A favorites, one of y'all favorites, the voice himself, Mr. 2G1A Westside.
What up, though? I'm kind of sick.
Okay, you must be getting cooked over there. That was a long.
He's not a favorite. It's Crazy Glaze.
Hey, man. Hey, but anyway, shout out to everybody. Let's get started with this. First things first. Is there a topic or do we want to jump straight into Pop the Balloon?
Let me see. 1 second.
Also, everybody knows the rules. When you want to speak, raise your hand. You will be dragged up. We will speak on the topic. Then you will be dragged back down. We have Westside here to moderate to make sure that people do not go on 10-day monologues. I understand people that are new to this, that this is their first Flock Talk. So I understand if you guys ramble, we give you grace for that. That's perfectly fine. But everything else, everybody who's a veteran who's been here for the previous Flock Talks, remember that you get 2 minutes and 30 seconds to talk your point. If somebody calls you out, we will respectfully allow you guys to have the back and forth conversation. Okay? Anything else I missed before we get started?
No.
Okay, so Alex, you have the floor. What topic are we speaking about, my dear?
Flock Talk topics have priority, so Flash, I don't know. I'm gonna just say Flash. One of his topics was, do you think BM should be hosting a boxing match or does it take away from the point of the show?
Okay, so to give people the context about BM and them's boxing show. As you guys know, Dr. KiteZz and our wonderful Fireman Greg, shout out to both of them. Dr. KiteZz is actually a subscriber to the channel, so we support people who support us. Fireman Greg and Dr. KiteZz are going to have, are projected to have the boxing match that BM is going to set up. Now, this all started with there being a group chat from their episode that they were on Pop the Balloon. Dr. KiteZz had rejected a lady that he was interested in. He actually found out he was later on interested in, and you know, he said some comments. He shot his shot a little bit, but he was being respectful to his degree. And you know, things got back and forth and got sour, and now they both want to have a boxing match. The winner of the boxing match will get the money donated, 2 weeks worth of salary from the loser, donated to the charity of their choice. Now, neither of these men know how to box. They have both said that. They have both said that they do not have experience boxing, and that they said that they are willing to still box for the sake of it. Greg is wanting to box because he feels like Dr. KiteZz has overstepped his boundaries, and Dr. KiteZz wants to box because he says that he is not going to be the one to turn down this type of event if it comes down to it, right? Mr. High Value himself. So, me personally, I'm here for the smoke. I want it to happen. Y'all know me. I want them to box. I want to see it. And it's just because Pop the Balloon or Find a Fade is just genius. Like, can you imagine that? Like, if you get your balloon pop, you gotta go outside and knuckle up. Like, come on, man. Pop the balloon or Find a Fade. That's what we live for, right? Because you know the love stuff is nice, but you know let's get some human nature in there. You know, Imagine you get rejected by a girl, you go outside, you catch the fade, you whoop the dude's tail, and then she like, you know what? I think I really like that dude, the way he fought. You know, that's how true love happened, man. But in my opinion, I'm all here for it. Alex, how you feel?
I'm here for it too. I want to see BM get in there because he said he used to box professionally. So that's just me.
That's real peacocking. All right, so let's get to it. Let's start the topic off. How do you guys, what is the topic again while I'm bringing people up?
Do you think BM should be hosting a boxing match? Or does that take away from the point of the show?
Okay. Wes, how you feel about the boxing match?
You don't watch Pop the Balloon.
You don't watch Pop the Balloon?
I don't watch Pop the Balloon, but we watch MMA every weekend. You know how I get down.
He said, I love the fade. I'm here for the fade.
I'm trying to see some violence. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Bear Claw, you up first. Do you think BM should be hosting a boxing match, or does that take away from the point of the show?
Hey, good evening, y'all. Honestly, I think it's a joke. I think it's a joke. I know to Greg, he's like, nah, man, I'm serious. I know what he said to Dr. Dez, but yeah, I think it takes away from the point of the show. Like, at the end of the day, all that show is entertainment. It's about love, but it's an entertainment show. It's entertaining. Now, if BM's producing it from a BM talks to them perspective, BM talks to them was just about BM talking to them. So I don't even know if that would fit in with his brand, but I don't know, man. It looks like we might be in for a Jake Paul Tyson upset. You know, not exactly towards the results, but towards like the thought of a fight like that in general. Like I honestly can't take it serious. Like I said in the chat, like if it happens, I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does, I'd be surprised. And if it doesn't, business as usual. But do I think BM should host it? No, it's I don't know. It's just I take it as kind of like a clown side show. Not saying either of these men are clowns, but it's like, come on, man, fighting over a outcome from a dating show. Yeah, it's just a little ridiculous to me. I mean, I'll tune in. I'll tune in for the smoke. I'll watch it, but it's like, I guess I'm indifferent on it, but I don't think it's going to happen personally.
Okay. Shout out to Bear Claw. I respect the take. To give some people some context, let's play a little clip before we start having everybody else answer.
Those statements. It's the same. Whoever Daniel.
Yeah, he was going on his little tangent.
Both want to do this. You both give up 2 weeks' salary to charity. Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm with it.
Man,
I'm
why are you full of theatrics, man? Why are you full of theatrics?
No. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Relax.
Go ahead. Oh, don't tell me to relax. Don't tell me to relax.
Do you see how your video quality is messing up? By the time we're done on that ring, that's exactly how your face is gonna look like.
Whoa.
Dr. Dez is comedy. The way your video quality messed up, that's exactly how your face is gonna look like when I'm done with you. All right, Chris. Back to the topic. The topic was, do you think BM should be hosting a boxing match, or does that take away from the point of the show?
Well, I want to say this. If Greg is a high value man, think about the word high value. What does that mean? It means that you are in demand, right? So if you have all these options as a man, why in the world are you fighting another man because you rejected a chick that you wasn't really interested in? Now you want to go back to her. And that doesn't make any sense to me, because if you're a high value man, you would have options to deal with other women that actually want you. So that actually tells me what he's saying is a bunch of BS.
To clarify, that's Dr.
Because
Dez.
if you was a high value,
Dr. Dez is a high value man.
What do you say?
Dr. Dez is the high value man.
He's not.
He's not.
No, he's not. Because if you were, why are you challenging another man over a woman that you actually want? Because you would be dealing with women that actually want you. Why are you chasing a woman that does not want you? Because he made that clear. Because isn't it? Did he like send her like DMs and everything, and she didn't respond? That's your actual. Okay.
Yeah, he was apologizing to her.
Okay. Well, he said that he was trying to get in contact with her, and he actually called Greg out on the show. So I'm like, yo, like I would literally fight you over her. And if you're really that dude, you're not gonna do that. Because you would be dealing with other women that actually want you. You know, so that's all.
Do you feel like BM should host it, or do you feel like it's gonna like take away from the sanctity of the show?
Well, it's his show, and whatever will get him the views or what have you, if that's something that people want to see, so be it. But just to fight over a one chick when there's billions and billions of women out there, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, that's fair take. Shout out to Chris.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, Poetical. Come on up, Poetical. Let's hear what you got to say. If Poetical is here, he is unmuted. All right, Poetical don't seem to be here. So, Miles, how do you feel about the topic? Do you think BM should host a boxing event, or do you feel like it takes away from the sanctity of the show?
Hello.
What's up,
As a
Miles?
man, what's up? How you doing? Oh, I love it. Bring on the smoke. I got 200 on Fireman Greg. Who want it? I'm putting up all it. I want the smoke. So, backstory. So I grew up in Jersey. I rep NYC and Jersey because they're right next to each other. Because my family come from both, but I'm a Jersey boy through and through. So I'm going with North New Jersey's own Fireman Greg. I have no problem with two men squabbling and fighting. It don't bother me. You know what's funny about a boxing match? Because I used to box when I was a kid. I boxed for 15 years. I can tell you straight up, the fun thing about boxing, they become the best of friends when it's always over. So ain't nothing wrong with two men getting in the ring on a fair fight, you know. And look, this can catapult to something nice, right? It's healthy, it's fun. People can talk all that smack they want. They're gonna tune in and watch. So don't even miss me with all the I don't want to see it. You're gonna tune in and you're gonna comment like everybody else. That's the boxing game. People never want to see a fight till it's on. Then they run right to the TV and watch it. So miss me with all of that. And to furthermore too, what I love about this is you really can. This could be good on the side of Pop the Balloon, like kind of like a spinoff from like the Avengers, and then they have spinoffs. You know, this is fine for that. I'll even say, hey, put the undercard, put as a novelty, put Brian versus Cleveland Greg as an undercard. They don't like each other either. Put them on the undercard. Let them duke it out too. You know, why not? We could make it a whole Pop the Balloon fight card, if you ask me. You know, there might be a couple girls don't like each other for all we know. Let's bring it. I want it. I want to see it. I like a little action.
What is it? Rowan, the girl that snitched on her? Hey man, let the fade happen.
You see what I'm saying? Hey,
yeah.
Pop the balloon or find a fade.
Or get chin check. That's what I'm saying. I'm with it. I got 200 on Greg. Who won it? Who won it?
All right.
Hey, Greg, don't let me down. Hey, Fireman Greg, the body don't move. I'm just letting you know. Hit him in the body. He too small.
Oh.
Shout out to Miles, man. Okay. Hey, man. I already knew what he was going to say. I ain't even going to cap with you. All right. We're going to try it again, Poetical. We unmuted you. So if you have to unmute on your end. You said Brian versus Braylon, top tier versus top tier. He's a top tier man. The ball versus the Beijing. Valencia said, I just want to see some more after the catch up episodes. I want to see if Reggie and his match are still together. That would be good. I feel like the catch ups have been good. I want to see I would like to like for them to expand on or start, because there's a lot of matches that haven't had any type of catch up or anything. Like they haven't had anything pop up. So I'm kind of like, okay, where can we get that? Poetical, I guess you gotta unmute yourself, brother, because you're not muted on our.
We might have to put him back in the audience and bring him back up. That stuff might just be tweaking.
Okay, we're gonna move you down. All right, who do we bring
raise
up?
your hand again, bro.
Yeah.
Duty Mac, and then Armed Swordsman, and then Leo.
Okay, Duty Mac, you're unmuted, brother.
Hey, what's good? What's cracking, family?
Oh my gosh,
Dude,
what happened?
Duty, what happened, man? Where you at? You in the tunnel?
I got some. Hey man, look man, I've been going through some things. I lost my partner. I've been getting into it with some people. Hey man, look, my life is an adventure. One day I'll write a book about it. You can read all about it. But regardless of all that, I'm here. I'm here. And I'm back. And I'm here to stay. All right? So we're going to try this again. What's cracking, family? What's good with your KiteZz? What's happening, Alex?
What's going
happening?
on, Duty?
My cousins from the West Coast. What's good? We in here. Sorry, I got to do that every time. If you ever watch Drink Champs with Nori, that's what he does every time. He gets animated, he gets excited. This is my Drink Champs, all right? This is my Drink Champs.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna try to be back in here regular. You know, like I said, I'm doing this thing, but I'm here. By the grace of God, I'm here. So, we gonna praise up for that. But to get to the topic at hand, to be quite frank, I don't care. I don't care because, oh, by the way, this sidebar, anybody that comes on this show named Doctor always is a character. Dr. Elam, Dr. Dez, you know, they need to make their own separate channel because they are some hilarious people. But anyway.
Dr. Elam got a channel. He got a channel. He has
Oh yeah. No, I'm saying all the doctor characters need to make a channel together and just have their own panel. Because when they get to talking and bantering, it's hilarious. But
about a minute left for your point, boss.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna get to the point. But anyway, I don't really care because, quite frankly, I think it's corny. Two grown men, almost in their 40s, fighting over a woman that one of them rejected. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Now, if you ask me who I think, if this happens, who do I think is gonna win? Yeah, Greg is gonna fold him up like an old wallet. Greg is gonna fold him up. He's gonna do to him what the Hulk did to the X-Men when he came back out of space. He's gonna break him in half if that actually happens. But do I think should I think BM host it? Well, like my man said before me, it's his channel. If he chooses to do so, hey, all for it, cool. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not. It don't seem that serious. I think it's really just all for show and entertainment. If it does happen, I'll be there to watch and see what happens. But overall, I think it's corny. We here to see, you know, people find a match and find love and, you know, catch up. They've all been doing great. Let's get back to that. As far as the boxing thing, I think this is just two grown men having a pissing contest. Let them have that outside, you know, whatever. But I don't think things like this, ultimately, I don't think things like this add any overall value to the show. You know what I'm saying? If you want to catch a fade on your own time. We're not here for that. You know what I'm saying? There's many other places you can have a position at.
Got you. All right.
Yep. So that's.
Shout out to Duty.
All
Welcome
right,
back.
let's try this again for the third time. Poetical. Please unmute yourself, brother.
There he is.
There we go.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
Okay, now it's working. Hello to everybody. So we're talking about Dr. Dez and Fireman Greg. Do I think that BM should host this? Absolutely not. Doing something like this, doing something so gimmicky like this, I understand that these two people came from your show, but I think it's going to take away from the product, because if you something like this, then people will start to expect more stuff like this from BM, and then you'll get a percentage of people that only want to tune in to stuff like this if BM chooses to do something else. It's like don't branch off and create a gimmick like this. Like, they're in the business of trying to make people get relationships going and things of that nature, and just stay in that lane and don't do the gimmick stuff. It's not gonna help the product. It's nah. I mean, it's funny that these two guys want to fight, and Dr. Dez spinning the block so many times and trying to reach out to this woman. Like, dude, just stop. Like, Fireman Greg already got that. You grown. You got this Dez factor. You should be able to pull other women with or without trying. So just go somewhere else with this. But if they actually do fight, I think Dr. Dez is gonna get folded. I think it's gonna be a quick fight.
Nobody has hope for Dez.
Ain't nobody got faith in Dez.
Dr. Dez. No, Dr. Dez is a good talker. No, come on. I mean, Fireman Greg. This is a fireman. This man has a certain level of training. I don't know what what other stuff Dr. Dez. No, I know he knows how to talk a good game, but knock it off, man. Dr. Dez don't look like any type of a fighter like that. You're gonna get folded up, man. This is not your arena.
No, is that Dez fighting right now?
Yeah, hold on. Let's run the clip.
We gotta tune into the video.
All right, shout out to Poetical,
what you got,
man.
Dez?
Oh, I didn't mean to kick him while he was talking. My fault, Poetical. My fault. My fault. I feel bad. I'll bring you back up if I need to. But yeah, let's look at the Dez highlights, man. Y'all disrespecting my boy, man. Look at it. Look at the highlights, man. Look at the technique. Us.
All right, Dez.
Us. Let's go. Us. Let's go. What y'all know about my boy Dez, man? Us. Let's go. Y'all not ready for him? Give my boy some props, man.
Hey, man, I'm flat-footed too. It's hard out here when you ain't got no arch. You gotta be on a ball of your toes. Light as a feather.
Look, man. Y'all gotta understand. Look, this is only he don't got a coach. He doesn't have a coach. This is self-taught boxing. Right? You gotta respect it. They said, oh nah. He gonna see lights. He's flat-footed. Dead man walking. He looks tired. Man, y'all not giving my boy Dez no faith.
No, what's the fighter that's from his country?
Francis Ngannou.
Train him.
Francis,
what he look like?
Let's keep it a stack. Francis Ngannou is not watching Pop the Balloon. Let's keep it a bit.
Saying,
Francis Ngannou has not watching Pop the Balloon. He is up there throwing right hooks.
You never know. He probably got that Dez Platinum care.
If Dez
gets is an MMA dude. He just did a boxing match though.
Yeah, if he get Francis Ngannou, then hey man, hey shoot, and it is what it is. But I don't think he is, man. But hey, I you know what, Dez? If nobody believes in you, Kite does.
I do.
I believe in you. Now the problem is,
I do.
The problem is, I don't want either one of them to lose because I think they both are entertaining. But
yeah,
hey man, it is what it is. But
I'm here for it for all the sake of charity. I'm here for it.
Right now, armed swordsman.
Okay, night everyone.
How you doing?
Hey.
What up?
Not bad. I just want to honestly, I 200% agree with Miles. 200%. It can be a whole thing, like a pop the balloon universe,
Yeah.
Like you have Iron Man, I have Hulk, I have Captain America, and then you have the Avengers, right?
Right.
Okay, expand this to like a universe, So you pop the balloon and find love, and as guys say, pop the balloon and find a fade,
Yes, sir.
You know, it can be a whole thing.
Yes, sir.
But even outside of the whole gimmicks thing, I actually think that like there are certain events that even though they're contentious, they can bring communities together, right? So I look at it more like a community thing. So a great example is the Super Bowl, right? So you have two opposing sides, right? That each person is supporting their side, but you know, it's a whole coming together of two different communities. And outside of the rioting, you know, it can be good for the community. That's how I look at it. And because honestly, I'm not taking it as anything actually serious, like really serious. Because I think it seems to me that they're clear that they're both having fun with it. It seems to me, at least. So it can be viewed like that to me. It's just a community thing, you know, something just to generate engagement, and that can be cool. So I think that's where I stand. But I mean, honestly, I was on Dr. Dez's side. For the win. But then I saw that video and I'm like, oh, no guard, hands aren't tucked, flat-footed. I don't know.
Come on, man. No. You know what, man? I'm gonna mess around and interview Dr. Dez, and I'm gonna give him some cheat codes, man. I'm gonna tell him some tech. I'm gonna tell him exactly where to punch a bigger dude in his neck. You know, if you can sneak it in there, you can do what you gotta do. At the end of the day, it don't matter if you win. It don't matter if people think it was an honorable win or not. It's all about walking away. That's how I feel, man. Shout out Dr. Dez, but I feel you, Armed Swordsman.
Yeah, you're right. Because I was thinking, you know, he's small, you know. So if he has the agility and the stamina, he can outlast him. You know? So that's what I'm saying.
Shout out Armed Swordsman. Leo, how are you doing, family? Let's hear your take. Do you feel like BM should be hosting Pop the Balloon or Find a Fade, or is this bad for the channel?
Hey, I think that this is entertainment, for real. I don't think that it's going to take away from the original content, but I think it's the entertainment side of the content. So I believe that it's going to get a lot of views. And is it going to turn into his own spinoff? I think maybe some people might try to. That's going to be dependent on BM, of course, but for the views and the entertainment, I'm here for it, honestly.
All right, shoot. Hey, all right. So if you're here for it, who are you feeling like is going win? Dr. Dez or the Fireman Greg?
You know, I made a comment on the page, on BM's page. I feel bad for Dr. Dez, for real, but I think he's gonna hold his own for a little bit, but at the end of the day, he's gonna get mocked.
Dang, man.
That's what.
No,
he's gonna get mocked. He's gonna get mocked.
Dang,
bro. All right, I'm finally done.
You finally done with what happened?
Just a quick, what I was doing before we started, I'm done.
Oh.
Quick interjection.
Oh, hey, God is good. God is good.
God is good.
All right. Well, so some people want my brother in Christ, go get some Aquafina. But that boy choking. Hey, some people want the boxing match, some people don't want the boxing match. Honestly, Fireman Greg does have the edge because he is a firefighter and he was already in his weight loss journey anyway, and he also is already in a boxing gym. But hey, man, I'm a Rey Mysterio fan in WWE. You know, sometimes the underdog does win, and Rey Mysterio won a lot. So, hey, how I feel about it, you don't know. Maybe Dr. Dez can squeak it out a dub. Shout out to him. Hey, Dr. Dez, if you want to come talk your talk with us, man, you know the door open. We support who support us. But what's the next topic, my lovely, lovely wife? The underdog is not going to win in this case, man. Y'all not showing no love to that brother, man.
Man.
They don't want my boy to win. Ray lost a lot too, but I think Rey Mysterio's win record is way higher than his loss record. Yeah, he has 1,626 wins and 699 losses. Rey Mysterio won a lot. he wins a lot. He is the GOAT. Shout out to 619, man. Shout out to San Diego. What's the next topic, my dear?
Got over 2 win-loss.
1 second. The next topic was Nitro's prayer, but we could do that at the end, closing out. The next topic was in reference to the Tierra James Pop the Balloon.
Okay, and what is that? Is it the polygamy thing?
Joel said I wanted to
Okay.
I wanted to bring this topic on poly relationships and everyone's general thoughts on it, and if it could potentially ruin relationships. So what are your thoughts on polygamy, I guess?
Yeah, polyamory is the technical.
Polyamory.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get the non-reaction version because I don't like hearing my own voice. Haha. So this is what he's giving context to.
What is keeping you?
Possible match.
Or no.
So as you guys know, we just put this reaction on our channel. Both parts 1 and 2 are on our channel.
Whoa.
So don't forget to go watch that video and help us out, help push our other videos out. But this is the Tierra James Pop the Balloon. This young lady here that is on the screen, she is currently polyamorous. She came onto the show not to find a love per se, but another partner to join her group or whatever.
Wait, quick question. Which one is polyamorous? The one on the far left with the curly fro?
Yes. She is polyamorous.
Yeah, she looked like one of them.
What does that mean?
No, he's right. He's right. I'm not gonna get to it. They do have a look.
They do have a look. We ain't finna deep dive, but yes, they do have a look.
All right, let's play it. Let's play the clip.
Like one of them.
I've been in the house.
You say you have a boyfriend, right? Like, do y'all stay together or?
No. The plot thickens. He actually has a wife, a kid, and another one on the way, and we are all okay with this. And I am quite a bit younger than him, so I live my life, and yeah.
Does that? Okay, so was it the last piece of information that made you pop your balloon?
Just a little too messy. That's a lot going on.
See, I understand that, but the whole thing is that it doesn't get messy. That's why I like poly. But I understand. I totally understand.
Satan.
It doesn't until
you are gorgeous, by the way. But
thank you.
Sorry.
That's totally fine.
Just one last question. The wife knows.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
I help them. I babysit. I do all of the kid knows. Everybody knows. I go over and I babysit, and I'm friends with their moms. I'm like, everything's great.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to take your place back in line. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
There were no matches.
Now, my personal opinion, she's not the first person to pull this stunt on a Pop the Balloon. It's actually sad how many people do this. I think even Arlette and them have had somebody come on there that said they were here to find love, but they also had a partner. One dude in a Pop the Balloon reacted to, he said his shorty was in the car waiting for him to finish the show, and that he was gonna take whatever girl he got and introduce him to the shorty. So I genuinely do not feel like Pop the Balloon or Find Love should be a place. I feel like it should be exclusively for singles. I don't like if you guys want to do your own poly spinoff or whatever, that's fine, but it should be exclusively for singles. I feel like it's disingenuous for you to quote unquote already be in love and you're looking for more love from people who are looking for love. Like that's a little I ain't really rocking with that. But
I thought they had dating apps for that.
Bro.
They do have dating apps for that. What'd you say, West?
I'm about to say they're not in love, bro. They in lust with each other. That's all that is.
My hands is up. Catch it.
I can't even believe that y'all would even be interested in doing that. Dealing with one woman is enough. You want to deal with two? Bro, please.
Maybe 3 or maybe 4.
Maybe 3, maybe 4. Spare me.
Hey, man.
Spare me, I beg.
Some women want to deal with multiple men too. That's a lot of testosterone walking around that room. But hey,
Yeah, we censor, so I can't say what I would really say on that one. We move.
So the topic. So you raise your hand if you're ready to answer the topic. What are your thoughts on polyamory, and do you believe that a polyamorous relationship can truly last? Hands up, hands up, hands up. One.
I know this might be an interesting topic for y'all, but y'all got 2 minutes and 30 seconds, no more.
Right.
Miles, you was the first one in here. You kick us off, brother man.
Of course. The answer to what you just said, no. So I'll just end it with that quickly, no. But I'm gonna go into what this actually is. I don't want people to get this misconstrued. This woman is no more than a glorified nanny. Basically, I bet my bottom dollar the person that she's probably sleeping with is an older white man with a lot of money, and she's probably a maid. She's probably a nanny, and a lot of times, stuff like this. This was no different than hundreds of years ago, when you had the house slave basically, shacking up with massa, and was like, "I'm not running away. What's good? We got it good right here." That's what this is. I don't like this at all. I think this was a disgrace. I think she is disgusting, and I don't want people to think this was cool. Now, you could split hairs with the whole guy having multiple girls, and then you see girls trying to be as even as guys, but it ain't the same. I don't like it either or. I don't like either way. Either or is tacky, is all I can think of. But yeah, I could bet money on it right now. If there was a car crash and that man had to save his wife and this girl, she will die. Literally, it ain't love. Trust me. If it was all said and done, he's gonna keep the wife and leave her to die. He's not getting both. If this was a Titanic situation, he's not rescuing both. He's gonna do the wife, he's gonna do the kids, and she will be out there stranded like, "What happened? I thought we were family." And they'd be like, "No, we're family. You were just a side piece." That's it.
Hey, message.
Off the mic.
Appreciate you.
Catch it. Catch it. All right. Well, too humble.
Yeah, what's good? What's good? What do I think about poly? Well, I think it's not good to be in my opinion. It's absolutely, reckless in a way, because what happens if, certain situations happened and, there's no going back, right? And another thing too that I was also thinking about in this situation was that, if you are, doing this, then why come on here? Like why? Why come on here knowing that you already have someone already? And then another thing that popped up on my mind was that, okay, since you on here, you're trying to find another person, you're trying to get somebody caught up in a crossfire, with your, decision making, who knows? Like that's what, I pretty much got from the whole thing, because that type of thing is not healthy. And then on top of that, you may be like, Bonnie Blue and them and things of that nature, just doing this over and over with different, people. It's like, nah, me personally, I do not trust it. And it's just wrong overall.
Okay. Shout out to Will Too Humble. Glad to have you back, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jules Hammond. Let's hear your take.
Honestly, from someone who talked to someone that was in a polyamorous relationship and didn't know exactly what it was until she gave me the full context of the whole thing, I can say from firsthand experience, honestly, I absolutely despise it and disagree and agree with what everyone else is saying. Because, like I said, when I found out what it actually was and what it entailed, I say, yeah, I can't do this. I cannot do this. Like morally, I can't do this. And then from a Christian perspective, yeah, no, I'm trying to go to heaven. So, yeah, nah.
No, hey, talk your
I
talk.
understand.
Talk your talk. Hey, I noticed a lot of what I noticed is a lot of people who end up being in like relationships with the polyamorous people, they never know that they're in one until they're told like last minute or something like that. And it's like, I feel like if it's such a like open, welcoming thing, I feel like if it's such a normalized thing and you should be able to do it and all this, why hide it until you get to a point where like, you know what, we've been dating for a couple months. I feel like it's time for me to let you know there's more. Like, that's crazy to me. But hey, man, Leo.
Hey, so I am not. So I know a little bit about polyamorous. I didn't see this episode, but I had a question. Is this different than, I forget the word, but when married people go and have sex with other married people or other people in general?
Oh,
The
swinging.
Swinging, yeah. Is that like the same?
I wouldn't consider it different. The only difference is with swinging is completely just for sexual interactions. Like this is like relationship. They're like relationships where everybody
There are bonds
agrees.
built in this.
Yeah, where everybody agrees that, hey, you can have another partner besides this partner, but we all have to agree and accept this other partner. And we can bring as many people in as we want, as long as we all constantly agree to this.
You have to vet them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're in poly relationships, you have to vet the other person.
Oh, okay. So the only thing that keeps popping up in my mind is like, isn't there a religion where, or some other cultural practice where, this might be a little different, but the man goes and marries multiple wives?
Okay. So it's common.
Well,
It was.
I don't know if it would be considered common, just because I think, knowing American culture, the mindset behind that is coming from a different place. But that's kind of what I'm thinking of, and it's not something I would agree with. I'm not you guys know I'm not consider myself a Christian, but to me, that puts your body at too much risk. I mean, I know you gotta vet the person and all that stuff, but at the same time, you're having sex with multiple people, and just because you as a group consented with each other, don't mean that third or fourth or fifth person that said, yeah, I'll be part of your group, is going to respect your boundaries. So they might be having sex with your whole group, and then they're going off and doing their own thing too. And to me, that's like, you're putting your body at too much risk, where you could be getting an infection and you don't even know. And you can't target one specific place because there's too many places. I mean, that's my point of view of it. It's not something I would agree with.
Okay. No, that's a valid point of view, and I agree with you 1,000%. She did point out there are religious groups, yes, in certain aspects of the Islamic religion. I don't think all of them practice it, but there were certain groups of it that believe in that, where the husband can have, I think it's, you can have as many wives as you can take care of. I think that's it. We do have some Muslim fans. I'm sure they can correct me on that one, but I think it's you can have as many wives as you can take care of and provide for. That's how many you can have.
He also mentioned Mormons. They have multiple wives. Yeah. And it's a couple other. Yeah.
Demetrius said, I don't agree with the poly lifestyle. Miracle said, a little messy, brother. That's an understatement. Ain't no way I'm having another woman come around my kid thinking it's normal and cool to hang with homewreckers. Sorry, not sorry. Game Crasher said, glad to be here. We're glad that you came. Miss Price said, hi, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the chat. Abdul Hakim said 4 wives is the max. Thank you for clearing that up. I didn't want to get that wrong, but okay, 4 wives is the max. Got you. Thank you. Okay, Duty.
Shorty right here. I gotta agree with the man Miles. Disgusting. Goofy. Yeah, I'm not with that. I agree with you guys. If you come on to a Pop the Balloon show, any Pop the Balloon show, the idea is, at least in theory, this is your last resort at trying to find love. This is your last resort. So it should be for single people only. If you already got somebody, you shouldn't be here. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do this poly thing, whatever, hey, do that on your own time. Don't bring that here. What do you say in the Avengers? We don't do that here. We don't do that here. Now, there is a difference between polyamory and polygamy. Polyamory is more so a woman having multiple men. Polygamy, obviously, being men having multiple women. I don't agree with polyamory. Polygamy, to keep it concise, and we ain't got to, this is the conversation for another time, but there were people in the Bible that had multiple wives, but the stipulation with that, like Islam, it's another sex. You have to, having multiple wives or having multiple partners rather it's not a flex, it's not for power, it's for none of that. It's supposed to be a unifying thing, and you're supposed to take care of everyone and not treat one better than the other. But like I said, that's a whole nother thing. But in this case of bringing anything poly to pop the balloon, no, absolutely not. That's kind of goofy to me. It's kind of selfish, greedy, lustful. Because I'm gonna go to this dating show, and my shorty, you know what I'm saying, she into something. So hey, maybe if I bag some tonight, you know what I'm saying, finna take something to Telly, finna give me a little party going on. So, no, that's not what this is for. All right, if you got any of that type of stuff going on, leave that at home. Leave that at the door. Don't come on here if you're not actually trying to find love, and if you actually are not single. Because as we've seen, and this is my last one, I'm done. As we've seen from certain catch-ups, the dude has said, "Oh yeah, what I didn't know is she was already talking to somebody. She was already living with somebody," and then they get into a whole defense mode, like, "No. It just gets too messy, gets too clouded. Emotions, nah." I don't agree with it.
Got you.
All right. Because I guess I have to do this. I mean, Alex already started, but polygamy.
The definitions, yeah.
I'm about to say polygamy is when one person has multiple spouses. The breakdown of that is polygamy, which is when a man has multiple wives, and polyandry is when a woman has multiple husbands. And polyamory is when you are engaging in multiple loving and consensual relationships, if I'm not mistaken, sexual included, and that's pretty much it.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of differences between both. If you really want to know, you could look it up, but that is the most basic of basic breakdowns.
We appreciate you for that, West.
Here's a link. I beg y'all to read, because reading is power.
Right, knowledge is indeed power. Dorian, you're up next. Somebody put a polygon Pokemon in there. Hey, that Pokemon, hey, fun fact about that Pokemon, when that movie first came out, that movie was banned in certain places because there was a scene between that Pokemon and Pikachu, and there was a flashing thing that was giving people seizures. So that Pokemon movie was banned with him in there. That's funny. But Dorian, go ahead, man.
Good evening, y'all. So, low-key, homeboy just stole a bit of my conversation I was going to bring up, but ultimately, now that we define the terms, polyamory usually comes from people that are very hedonistic, have a very superficial understanding of relationships. And the crazier part to me that I find is even when you find these polygamous households, straight up, these people are not fraternizing with each other. They have different households. They're not like, oh, kids, you all have basically one father. He gives y'all money, all that stuff. So homegirls lackadaisical attitude about like, yeah, I see their kids. That is wild. Another thing is when you find people in these homes where they consistently have parents that are a bit deviant with their sexual behaviors, they turn out completely opposites or worse off than their parents. So the long-term effects of this stuff is poisonous. Even though these people are saying, oh, we do everything neat, you're not supposed to be moving like this. And we find more often than not that when you lust a lot, it's because you lack a lot internally. So that would be the question you'd have for these other people. What do you lack that's making you want all this in other people? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hey, shout out to Dorian. No, I agree with him. That's what I was saying that in the I think it's I said it in our video reaction to it. I see it as a lack of self-control. If you can't control yourself and tame yourself to be in a relationship with one person to the point where you feel like, oh, I need this from this person, this from that person, this from this person, because I have these urges and my body needs this and my body needs this, but my emotions need this. That just ultimately sounds like a lack of self-control. It sounds it's kid in a candy store mindset.
Yeah, because she said her reason for being poly is because she sucked at being monogamous.
Huh. Like, are you a kid, bro? That don't even make sense. That don't even sound like nothing somebody with a working, functioning brain would say.
She says she sucks at monogamy, so she needs polygamy or polyamory, which don't make sense to me, because if you're saying that polyamory takes more work to maintain and you sucked at trying to maintain a relationship with one person, how does having a relationship with multiple people equal less of an issue? I don't know. But Miss Price said, if a man can't take care of one wife, how he gonna manage 3 more? Hey, message. But hey, yes, the woman in the clip.
Like most of these people can't even get one wife.
Yep. The woman in the clip is in fact the girlfriend to a man who is a husband and has children. And she was on the show to find a second or third or potential boyfriend to join what they got going on. So yes, that is the context of that. I think it's Squaw, then Remy. Squaw. And then Remy.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good evening, everyone. This topic, I don't have any expertise on this topic. Of course, I'm hearing it more and more now. Recently, I know it's been around forever, but people are definitely talking about it more openly now on social media, TikTok, stuff like that. People are introducing us viewers into their lives of polyamory and stuff like that. But I mean, I made the comment, I'm too selfish for that. I do not want to share my mate. And some people will argue that you have to be very mature to have that type of relationship. You have to be mature, and the love is for the one person, but you don't get jealous of the other extra spouses or other extra people in the relationship or what have you. But in my head, and I have to think the way I think. I can't think how no one else thinks, because that's just impossible. But the way I feel is, how is that beneficial for anyone other than the person who like say the man, if he has multiple wives or girlfriends, or the woman who has the multiple partners. How is it beneficial for anyone other than that person? And I really don't think it's beneficial for them either, other than the pleasure of it all. But how is that beneficial? Because someone is going to feel left out. And even on certain shows, they talk about, well, we all play a role. Like you have the good lover, and then you have the great mother, and then you have the great housewife, or something like that. They all play a role, and they're good at their roles, and so the husband loves them all differently but equally. And I don't get that. Someone is going to feel left out. Someone is going to feel slighted. If I'm a good mother and I'm told that, but then
You got about 15 seconds left.
sorry. And
You're
then
good.
I also know that, hey, wife number 2 is the great lover. How is that going to make me feel? I mean, I'm going to feel sexually deficient, and vice versa with all the others. So I just don't find it beneficial at all. It's really a selfish way to live, I think.
Right. No, I agree.
No, that's a fair assessment.
Abdul Hakim said a lot of Muslims don't even do it because the Prophet says it's better to have one. I understand. Remy, welcome back to Flock Talks, friend.
No, it's good to be back. And I'll just cut to the chase. Essentially, can it last? Yes. Should it be a thing? Absolutely not. It's not natural for anyone involved, right? I'll speak from firsthand experience, but not tell the entire story. There are certain dynamics where I would say what I saw was if there's infidelity in the relationship, but people are tied to each other financially through marriage, the person that I saw having this situation didn't want to be in the marriage anymore, but opted for this dynamic because they felt slighted, right? There were multiple situations where their partner just could not get it together. They didn't necessarily want to, you know what I mean? So they opted for this open dynamic. When people are delusional and come to an agreement on something, it can last if everybody's in the same delirium, right? People agree on things we find idiotic all the time, but and have no rationale for it. These relationships do last. There are dynamics because it's not one set of rules. It's whatever the cluster of people agree to. That is essentially what polyamory holds sacred, is having open and transparent communication. And like Wes posted in the chat, there is no hierarchy system. So yes, they are around each other's children. Yes, they sometimes move in with each other and finances, and they all agree to do that. There are cluster homes. It's like a spider web of people. And it can get very messy if one person goes out and they come to an agreement where it's 10, 12. I think the most I've seen is maybe like 8.
That is heinous.
That is incredibly heinous, but like it happens. So arguing the point that can it last? Yes. If people are delirious and delusional, yes, it can last. And that's my take on it.
Hey, shout out to Remy.
Appreciate it.
Did I just kick Wes?
Yeah, you did.
That's crazy, bro. What did I do to deserve that?
I'm sorry. No, I didn't know
I
she
got
was
smoked by association.
I didn't know she was gonna drag herself down. All I heard was appreciate, and it was gone. I'm like, yo. All right, my fault. What was you finna say though, bro?
I was just gonna say, like, it's insane to me. Like I said earlier, I could barely deal with 1, and y'all want to deal with 8? Please keep me out of it.
Hey, 8, but remember, not all of that 8 is women. Some of those is men. So imagine you got to break bread.
Yeah, nah, you got. Imagine I come home after work, a long day, and I just want to cuddle up to my wife in the kitchen, and we got Paul in the kitchen making a sandwich. Where's my wife, bro?
He in this, hey, he like baby boy. He in the kitchen making eggs, butt naked. Hey, Wes, you want some
yo,
eggs?
Drew, you want some eggs, bro, and some biscuits?
It's
Like, hello, where is my wife at?
You want some?
Yeah, she upstairs. I'm about to say she upstairs. You know, I didn't. You know, we got to go, and I didn't tired her out. You know, so I'm down here for some food. Like, hello, what are you talking about, gang?
It's like what?
Like what? What are we talking about? Why is this a thing?
He said you want some.
This is blasphemy.
I would crash out, bro. I would crash out, bro.
That would be my 13th reason why.
That's crazy. That was a good show.
Chris.
It was a good show.
Chris.
Go ahead, Chris.
You good, man. Go ahead. Let's hear your opinion on it.
Well, you guys about the polyamory, yes, it can work if it's managed correctly through the man. So the man must be controlling the thing with the actual women. What's so funny?
Oh no, she laughing at the memes that is getting posted. He said Bear Claw
No,
said
sorry,
cooking eggs in the morning, doing squats at night. I'm sick. That's what she laughing at. You go, Chris. Go ahead. We're sorry.
And it's not so much a sexual thing. The women get value from the man because the man might be like teaching them certain stuff. So if it's financial, he might be teaching them stuff with that. So there's quite a bit of stuff that the women benefit because they see the value in that particular man that they're dealing with. So it's not always sexual. It is what the women see in that particular man that they're dealing with. Really. So that's really what it's all about. It's about managing each woman and doing it that way. And by the way, no woman gets left out of the situation because if the man is really good at managing his time, no woman's gonna feel unimportant, if you will.
So you're saying
Right.
you support the system?
Yes,
Oh,
but
okay.
it has to be managed by an actual man, and a lot of men can't do that because they can't manage their self first. So you got to be able to manage yourself first before you manage somebody else, I would say.
Okay. All right. Hey,
Understandable.
Understandable take.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Chris. Poetical. Squad wants to come back up. Poetical.
Yeah. Okay, so we talking about the whole polyamory stuff. Well, for me, I'm not I'll put it like this, because I'm not totally against it. Because when you get down to the crux of it, what it's supposed to do is eliminate basically dishonesty. Because everybody that's in it knows what the situation is and is a willing participant in the situation. Because I mean, let's be honest, there's adult people who commit adultery, who cheat, and when you cheat, you do that stuff dishonestly and deceptively. So this is supposed to eliminate that type of situation, eliminate that type of behavior, and once again, everybody's a willing participant. Now, what I feel like in this day and age, 2025, I feel like a lot of people are using polyamory as an excuse to hide the fact that they just want to be freaky frogs and they just want to be all over the place. And so they get into the polyamorous relationship. Like you said, the one person was like, oh, well, I do bad at regular relationships, so what, you just defaulted into polyamory because you just want to be all over the place and be with different people. I mean, if you can't be with one person and you want to be all over the place, I mean, you can do that. But I feel like people are just using this as an excuse and to a point. That's how it got more popularized. But you know, that's just my point of view on that.
Okay. Shout out to Poetical. Stepper.
Stepper.
Stepper NYC.
Oh. So I can't even turn my volume. Okay. Hey. Yo, what's up, y'all? What's the word?
What up, though?
Chilling. You know, get through the week. But anyways, poly relationships. I don't really got anything against it, but me personally, I can't do that. I'm actually greedy when it comes to mods, though. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm super greedy when it comes to mods, but you know, for the people that's doing it, that's them. But me personally, I just can't do it. I'm just greedy when it comes to mods. Feel me? You know.
Hey.
Yeah, I can't do multiple people because I'm gonna be very aggy. I'm gonna be super aggy because I'm dealing with the next person, the other person, the next person. But just one person is enough. 7, 5, 2 people, nope. Poly's not it.
Okay.
Just very greedy when it comes to mine, though.
No, that's real talk. Shoot, I'm telling you, man, I'm greedy about my Alex. I don't care how nobody feel. But Squaw, last one on this. I don't share my fries or my guys. Real talk. That's real rap. That's real rap.
Yeah, thanks for bringing me back up one last time. I wanted to share something that's more of a scriptural take, if I can. I forgot it the last time. I've also heard people say, well, there was people in the Bible that had multiple wives and things of that nature. But if we look at those things, that was to fulfill God's purpose. Like for instance, with Jacob, with his 2 wives and whatnot, he wanted Rachel. We all know that he wanted Rachel, was tricked into getting Leah, and then essentially he also had children by their servants. But if we look at why that was allowed for Jacob per se, is because God had to find a way to fulfill that prophecy that Abraham's seed would become like the stars in the sky. And then essentially Jacob had 12 sons and countless numbers of daughters as well. That's not mentioned in the Bible, but we see what came of that. But if you even look at that situation and how God allowed that to happen, if you look at it, the only one that Jacob loved was Rachel. Now, Leah knew it. Leah knew that her father was trying to trick Jacob, and she had to do what her father said. I'm sure she wasn't very happy. I'm sure that Jacob didn't mistreat her either, but she knew that he loved Rachel. And the servants knew that they weren't his number one girl. But look at how it affected the children. Being that Joseph was his firstborn by his true love, he loved that boy. And see how it made all of his brothers extremely jealous to the point where they almost killed him, but then they decided to just go ahead and sell him off. That it takes a toll. So we have to look at things like that. Sometimes when we read the stories of the Bible, it's more than just what we see at face value. You have to really meditate on the scripture because there's underlying things as well. And I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention, that it's more than just, hey, Jacob had 12 sons and wives and whatnot.
Right.
And another situation was Daniel's mother, Hannah.
With about 30
and
seconds left.
Penina. Hannah and Penina, there was what Eliezer, not Eliezer. Well, Daniel's father's Elkanah, 2 wives. He loved Hannah. Hannah couldn't have a baby, and Penina knew that she was the favorite wife. She hassled her every chance she got. She bullied her.
because she was jealous. So there's things to take into consideration that why these things just aren't beneficial. But thank you for having me up again. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
No, thank you for the scripture, Swall.
Yup. Hey, I ain't never gonna object to the Bible being talked about properly, so I ain't mad at it. All right. Let's get to the next part, Alex.
1 second.
If a man has 3 women, it will only work if they follow the man's program. Okay.
That sounds like the same thing Chris said.
I wish my wife could understand the not sharing fries part. Always trying to get some of mine. Hey, boy.
Listen, sharing is caring. All right, man.
Talk your talk. Only one person is enough, to be honest. I agree. But
like I said, bro, been there, did that. Ain't about to be managing multiple people's emotions. I'm straight.
Okay. So I guess we can go back to our Pop the Balloon episode. Episode what, 43?
Okay. So now here's the part that y'all all love. Pop the ballooneth or findeth of thy loveth.
Yeah, we can go there. Get everybody's takes on that. The topic was the first woman on Pop the Balloon a pick-me girl? I think everybody liked Patience, but you know.
Dang, who called her a pick-me? Dang, y'all called her a pick-me because she wanted
I'm not saying names.
Dang!
I'm not saying no names.
Bro, that's what we talk about. It don't matter if you do everything right. There's gonna be somebody that say you something wrong, boy. Dang, he called her a pick-me? Boy, alright, man. Let's do it. Let's have a conversation. So, Gutso, the funny part is, me and Alex, we did see the IGs. The problem is, our brand, we can't show, like, you feel me? We can't show this stuff on there. We saw the IGs. It's just, we have to be very selective on what we show our audience out of respect for the fact that we do be having people who are watching our show that are like, you know, impressionable young adults and stuff like that. Some of these IGs be crazy. I'm not even gonna cat with you. Some of these IGs be crazy, but I don't even check them myself. I have Alex check the IGs. When it comes to the women, I let Alex check the IGs. When it comes to the men, I check the IGs for the men. But when Alex, all I gotta see is Alex's face expression. I know it's bad. So I just leave it at that. But so Leo, you up first. Was the first girl contestant number 1, the first girl to get picked, was she a pick me? And I'm gonna play the clip so everybody has context before Leo shares her opinion.
So is long distance gonna be an issue for you?
Not at all.
My master's.
Hold on.
Yeah. I like the career.
Thank you. 28 years old.
I have an unpopped balloon. Let's start off with your name and age.
Hi, my name is Patience and I'm 28 years old.
All right, and Patience, what do you do?
I am in the military and I'm also in school for my master's.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
All right, so you do still have your balloon unpopped. Why so?
So I left my balloon unpopped because, first of all, I am not a follower. I do want to be your follower. So do you have what it takes to lead?
I absolutely do.
Okay, I do have a couple of questions. Are you open to long distance? Because I'm in Boston right now, and when I'm done with school, I'm not sure where I'm going to be stationed. So is long distance going to be an issue for you?
Not at all.
Okay. Secondly, do you have any children?
No kids.
Oh, word. Okay. I do understand that you're a truck driver, and I'm also in the military, so I definitely understand the hustle and the struggle. So, yeah, so far so good. I liked what I was hearing. I kept my balloon to hear more from you. I do have one more question. Can I ask? If you had a podcast, what would the topic be? Who would the guest speaker be, and why?
If I had a podcast, what would it be, and who would the... Say it again?
Who would be the guest speaker? Like, who would you have on it?
But to give more context, she did state that she had never been in a actual relationship before because I think she went straight to the military. So this would have been, if this works out, would have been her first official relationship. So that's what she said on the show. Hey, but so the question was, do you feel like she was a pick-me? Now, do people need the concept or context of what a pick-me is?
You might just throw a definition because everybody got their own.
All right.
Okay, look at Jade.
Oh, there you go. A pick
Shout out
me.
to Jade.
Jade looked it up. Dang, we got multiple definitions. A pick me is a person who is someone who seeks validation by trying to stand out or be chosen, often by downplaying their own needs, desires, or value in an attempt to gain attention or approval for others. The term is commonly used in the context of relationships where a pick me individual might engage in behavior that is overly self-sacrificing or self-deprecating to make themselves seem more appealing to a potential partner or group. Sometimes at the expense of their own authenticity or self-respect. It can apply to people who seek approval by trying to seem different from or better than others in a way that feels insecure. Okay, so that is pick me.
It's on Google.
I was just gonna say that Misery Love Company, I think it's crazy that somebody called her a pick me because she came out there with good energy and she actually was looking for love. She wasn't playing games. And the fact that she came out with good energy and she had her own opinions and thoughts, like, how does that, I don't understand how that makes her a pick me. And even the fact that she listed she told him what it is. Like, she's in the military, she do a lot of traveling, she's busy. She understands he's busy, but she came out there looking for love. That's why she was the first one to get taken off the line.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I wanted to say. I think it's crazy that somebody called her a pick me.
Okay. All right. Shoot, Dorian, go ahead. Hello. Oh, he right back muted. Got you. Oh, what? Now he's back. Hello.
So
Yes.
the caller of pick me would be kind of crazy, especially when the majority of them had no interest, mainly because there was no hair on that man's scalp. So as soon as she started talking to him, she was pretty direct, very forward. And she made her interest known because it seems that she was attracted to him. You can say she was a bit too forward because she said, "Oh, I'm not like y'all. I have my own thoughts." But ultimately, you are attracted to who you're attracted to. You move how you move. She didn't say anything too crazy. She didn't say, "Oh, I'm not like the other girls." She didn't even make comparisons to anybody else. She just said what she said. She stood on it with all 10 toes. If that's pick-meism, I don't know, bro. My only thing is I have a hot take.
Talk your talk.
About
You got
those
a minute left to give that hot take.
I don't think it'll last.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll pray. Because I have preconceptions and biases against military women. Not because I dated them, but they have the stereotype they have.
Okay. All right.
And if he's a trucker and if he's moving like some of the other dudes, well, it might just be a waste of time on both their parts. I'm not gonna lie.
Oof. Okay.
But that's just the hater in me, Loki.
The hater in me. All right. Hey, man. Hey, talk your talk, man. All right. Shout out to Dorian.
No, that's it.
Shout out to you, brother. Oh, see, I almost kicked somebody. West almost got smoked again, man. Y'all be leaving by yourselves out here in these streets. Chris.
What the freak was that?
What's up?
What happened?
No, you're good. Nothing.
What happened?
Well, first, I want to give a big shout out to ISIL at the end. He was from Cincinnati. The guy, I think it was the last guy, ISIL. Shout out to him. I would say this: every woman is a pick me for the guy that they find attractive. All women are pick me if you really actually think about it. Yeah, I kind of frowned when she was forward because he should have led the situation. Kites ain't gonna agree with me with the presence. You know, when the women said, "Oh, well, it was his presence, and I didn't like the way he came out." Well, so basically, what they're saying is he really wasn't dominant. He really didn't have that confidence. He was kind of soft spoken, and that could be a turnoff to a lot of women. You know, but yeah, I think it's not going to last if you can't lead. Not because he's in the military, because he can't really lead. Because he didn't really show any leadership qualities, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Because she showed more leadership qualities than he did.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm putting down?
No, I understand 100%.
Okay.
Got you.
But yeah, but in general, all women are pick-me for the guy that they find attractive. Just like the girl in the middle that said, "Oh, I don't do long distance." Well, guess what? She was a pick-me for the guy that was from Montana, right?
Okay. I get what you're saying. So then, is it? See, that's why I don't like when we create these words like "pick me" and all that. Like, I feel like we use these words. Not saying you did it just now, but I'm just saying like in general. I feel like these words are created and they intended for one use, but now they're used for another use. Like simp and pick me, right? Like L Dragon asked, like it's a female version. It's the female version of a simp, right? But then it's like we throw simp out so crazy nowadays to the point where like, dude, I saw a thing. A guy opened the chick's car door on their date, and they were like, "Yeah, he's simping." I'm like, dang, like we simping for basic just gentleman behavior now, like
chivalry.
Like, yeah, like bro, if we were back in the medieval days when these knights had swords and shields, bro, and we was calling these knights simps for the stuff they did, bro, we would be outside dueling, bro, because it's like. I feel like
it's crazy. I mean, that's a perfect example. I ain't mean to cut you off, but that's a perfect example. You used to get killed back in the day for disrespecting women. If a man found out you disrespected her, he would chop your head off. Like, what are we saying, bro? Yeah. They just be saying anything out here. And I defend women. I'm a simp. I respect the women I'm in a relationship, and I'll do anything for her. Give her the shirt off my back. I'm a simp. Do the same for my wife. I'm a simp. Y'all not make it. Y'all don't even have women.
But
like, let's be for
that's
real.
what I was about to say. You gotta look at the L Dragon. Not saying that you know, because he's like, no. I was asking because I hear people say it a lot. Look at the people that's saying it. Look at who it's coming from, and they constantly keep defending the titles of simp, pick me, or whatever derogatory words you want to use to basically insult somebody.
No maidens, no prospects, no women, no nothing. Y'all have nothing.
I think
y'all not tired of this?
I think the thing is, like I said, I feel like I understand why the word was created, right? Because people don't know simp came from the Twitch era with videos and stuff like that. That came from video game terms.
That's like a Shakespeare term.
No, simping was a gaming term. And it was for people who would like flock to female streamers and gas up female streamers, even though they're not doing anything crazy. You get what I'm saying? Like the streamer chick would come on there, she would get a kill, but she had 35 deaths, and dudes would be like, "Oh, you're so good, you're amazing. I can't wait to play with you. You're gonna carry me." And people be like, "Bro, you're simping. You're basically doing that." But now, now we throw simp and we throw pick me. We throw it at basic things now. Like if you're willing, like, oh, you just met the shorty, you haven't even talked to her for 5 minutes, and you're already saying like, "Man, I would die for that girl." It's like, you don't know that girl, you're simping. But then it's like, if this is your wife, I will die for my wife. That's not me simping. That's doing what I'm contractually like viable to do. I'm supposed to die for my wife. Like, it's just, I don't like how we just broke these words into like deeper than it needed to be, bro. Like, I feel like we over label things. You get what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Can I interject something, Kites and Alex? See, there's a lot of women that are not used to dealing with guys that they actually like. They're used to dealing with guys that they actually don't like. So when a woman gets a guy that she actually likes, oh, she's a pick me and all that stuff. So that's all that is. It's just hating. It's just women hating. But I totally agree with you. I don't believe in pick me's. I don't believe in love languages. I don't believe in any of this at all, because it just, to me, it just complicates dating. Dating is actually simple, but humans complicate it.
Okay. Shout out to Chris.
That's all. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. A pick me is a woman who doesn't have to be desperate.
Man, don't even read that definition, bro.
Hey man, we talking.
I thought bro was finna come with something that actually made sense, gang. You in there chatting about nothing, bro.
Dang.
Everybody can say what they want to say. Everybody got the ability to talk. I read that definition and I got no knowledge from it.
Oh, I need to take my medicine.
Y'all are funny in here, bro. Y'all are some funny people in
Like
here.
what?
Bro.
Man, I'm gonna go back to being a spectator, bro. Sandra, you asking bro? We gave a definition of pick me, and this man Gutsu said that's not what a pick me is. You scroll up a couple of comments, you look at his definition, he ain't saying nothing. I can't even interpret what he's saying. I could put it in Chat GPT. The AI wouldn't even understand it.
What is going on right now? Not y'all beefing over definitions.
Hold on.
What? Okay, hold on.
It's not even beefing over definitions. Like, read that out loud, bro, and tell me how you interpret it.
Okay, I'm gonna read it. A pick me is a woman who doesn't have to be desperate in presenting herself to a man. She's traditionally feminine, as in a non-rah-rah, super ratchet / wild, not trying to screw half of the nation of men. A pick me is what women who have failed to be women, call women out of hatred who can secure and maintain a marriage. So he's basically saying a pick me is actually like, it seems like he's saying that a pick me is like people slinging insults at a woman who's doing all the steps she needs to do to get a man. Right? Because it don't sound like he's.
That would make sense. That would make sense if the actual definition of the word hadn't already existed. What that is like a half real definition, half I'm putting some extra stuff in here that's not even in the same connotation. It's kind of the same thing as simp. Like, you call somebody a simp for doing what they're supposed to do for their partner. Yes, but a pick me does not only apply to women. That's the thing. You could be a pick me in any regard. That's what Alex was kind of saying. You can't put you can't use a term and then slap a gender on it. If it applies to the person, it applies to the person. It don't matter who doing it.
Oh, that's crazy. You talking to the executioner, buddy.
Hey, well, remember, people are allowed to disagree with people's takes here. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
If you want to come up here and break down,
you can say what you want in the chat. Yeah, you could break down your definition, gang. It's not going to end well for you. I promise you.
Yeah, it's not that deep. I don't think we got to go that far.
If you want to do the intellectual thing, we could do the intellectual thing.
But anyway, let's move on before people start getting heat up, because it's just conversation, bro. We ain't supposed to be that deep. Armed swordsman, go ahead, man. Let's chill out. It ain't gotta be that deep. We just talking, bro. Somebody said I'm here for you. So y'all ignorant, bro. It ain't that deep.
Yeah, so I mean, based on the given definitions, I don't think she is. But it just seems like today's society that if I don't like something about you, then I criticize the thing. Right? So you're a woman and you're forward, then you're a pick me. If you're a man, you're more reserved, then you're a simp or something like that. Right? So I mean, the way I see it, if pick me's and simps get together, there's no problem.
Hey. Hey.
That's how I see it. Honestly. Because honestly, it just seems like it's not that complicated. If I am interested in someone and I put myself forward, say, hey, I'm interested in you, I don't understand why that's a problem. Honestly, I don't get it. I don't get it. So that's just my take.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Shout out Armored Swordsman. Let's start getting some more people up here. Jules, it's on you, brother. Do you feel like contestant number 1 was a pick me?
Honestly, absolutely. I kind of disagree with the question. I disagree. I don't think she was a pick me at all. Because if you play the first part of the clip, can you play the first part when the man walked out?
Wait a minute.
No, we're talking about the female. The female is they're calling her a pick me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They're not calling him a pick me. They're calling her a pick me. So, do you think she was being a pick me because she basically like said like I'm not a follower. I know what she basically talked her talk and got her man basically.
Yeah, I know what you guys are referring to. Where I was coming from was, I'm saying no, she's not a pick me. Because if you notice, when the dude walked out, everyone else popped except for her. She held her balloon to the very end and heard him out, kind of told him about herself and like told him kind of everything up front, so to speak. And kind of was like, hey, I'm just ready to lock in at this point, kind of up front. So, to that being said, I don't think she was a pick me. I think she was very upfront about her intentions.
Okay. Hey, talk your talk. I don't know what's going on in the chat.
We're not finna instigate in the chat. If y'all not gonna respect the platform, then leave the platform, please.
No, real
we
talk.
can have differences in opinions.
Hold on, we can be men about this, right? Hold on, because I don't understand what's even happening. Are we really as people beefing over the definition of pick? Like what's going on, bro? Like I need to understand.
Because I'm tired of who just came into the YouTube space 5 minutes talking like they dang Sage, son. I've been around YouTube space for years.
Like what are we?
Sound
What
like
are
a
we?
40-year-old, bro.
What are we crashing out for? I just need to know what is happening because the whole point of Flock Talk is people to have their opinions, share their opinions. If you don't like somebody's opinion, you have the right to criticize it. And they have a right to criticize yours. But what is the point of us like? Why we down talking each other? Like what? It's not that deep, yo. Like. If we can't have
I don't go back and forth, bro. If you want to come up here and say something, come on and say something, gang. That's it. That's what the platform for.
Yeah, I'm not understanding this like animosity. Like we supposed to be chilling, bro. It ain't that deep. And I don't know, bro. I don't know what y'all got going on. But let's be respectful for the fact that there's people here trying to like actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
So, Gutso, if you feel like you've been disrespected, you have the right to raise your hand and come up here and talk. The platform is open, but let's be respectful. Like, I don't know why everybody tripping out on each other. But Miles, go ahead. Do you feel like she was being a pick-me?
Yo. No. Yeah, shout out to the chat. Yo, this is the first time I've seen some beef and I ain't a part of it. Look at my progress. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what? Good job, Miles. For once, it ain't you. It's not you or Chris. For once, you and Chris are not involved in what's going on right now. And I think that's some improvement, man. I'm proud of you, Miles. It normally be you, man. But
I told you Jesus was watching over me. I told you I'm a work in progress.
Shout out to Miles, man. But go ahead. Do you feel like she was being a pick?
Not at all. She's an amazing woman. She's the MVP of the whole show for the last 43 episodes. One thing I love about Pop the Balloon, I love this show because it shows the problem that we have in our society, in our relationships, in our human development. And you just saw right then and there what the biggest problem on the woman's side is, and that's the problem with being a follower. This has been a problem. I used to call it high school mentality because they used to have this problem back in the high school days. Back when, like, you know, you see one high school girl, like, I don't want to date that nerd. And all the other girls like, yeah, he's a nerd. But they don't even realize the one that was doing all the yapping ended up probably dating the nerd behind the scenes. But they just want to follow what's trendy and stuff like that. This lady stood on business. She thought for herself. I like to think the military has something to do with it. because a lot of times you have to do stuff like that. You can't take orders from just a nobody. So she stood on her business. And this reminds me of kind of something funny on Barbershop 2, when Cedric the Entertainer was with the Black Panthers, and he was like, they was all like, oh yeah, we Black Panthers, Black Power, they're gonna show up with their guns, and we're gonna show up with our guns. And then, one of us gonna get shot, and all of us is gonna get shot. And he was like, whoa, hey, wait a minute.
Hold on.
All of us get shot?
All of us get shot.
He's like, nah, gang, I'm good. Nah, y'all go. And he locked the door on that, he closed the door on him. He's like, nah, I ain't going with them, because he thought for himself. Men think for themselves a lot of times. I don't know what it is with the women, but they have a tendency to follow the trends. It's dangerous. It's bad. And I remember literally when I was a salesman, my sales rep used to tell me, yo, just sell to the women, because men go and just buy whatever. You could just pretty much convince a woman to buy anything and she'll do it, because they just follow the leader. They don't really have, a lot of them don't have a mind of their own. And I don't know what that is. And it sucks, because there are women who do have a mind of their own, but the majority of them just follow the leader, do, re, mi. So I love that she didn't follow the trend, because there was nothing wrong with that guy, really. The whole show was, to me, all the men were pretty much good except for the lawyer guy. I'm glad she did that. I hope there's going to be more of that after this episode. So yeah, I'm here for it. She was a good lady.
Okay.
Got you. Shout out to Miles. Will Too Humble.
Yo. To be honest, it is an absolute not. And I'm gonna just say it off rip. She is absolutely considered the 1% of women that need to think like her. Like, women need to think like her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially when she said, I'm not a follower. That has got to be the best thing that I have heard in a while. Like, I was absolutely flabbergasted just listening to it for the first time in a year since they've even started this. We need more of that. No type of, like, we can have pushback and things of that nature, agree to disagree, but please have your own thought process, but understand that you have a role and I have a role. And it's funny because when I first came into the space, like a few months back, right? Or a few weeks, I would say. I think it was like the beginning of this year.
Mm-hmm.
I said it. I was like, people need to start thinking for themselves. We got to stop following others just because it sounds good. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. Don't follow nobody. Don't follow nobody, because what makes you think they're going to be on your side at the very end? Because there's no guarantee in that. There's no guarantee. So it's best to not do it. Follow your own instincts, your own, perspective, own truth, not somebody else's or someone else's belief. That's all I pretty much got to say about it.
Simply Jade said, I can't get back into Flock Talk. Oh, wait.
I posted the link so she could get back in.
Okay, she's back in. Okay. Valencia said, if she's like this in real life, question, why is she single and never been in a relationship? What's working?
There's a lot of people that have never been in actual relationships and they save themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, of course.
Of course. I don't got an opinion on that, because
I don't think there's anything wrong with them, but
could
just depends on the person, I guess.
Could anybody have walked out there and she would have kept her balloon also? I think the only thing is, like, because I get what Valencia's trying. I get what Valencia's saying.
Yeah, I get it.
I think the problem with the argument is it's up to, the only way we would know is for us to have for that situation to have happened. You get what I'm saying? I don't remember how old she says she was. I'm asking that in rebuttal to the 1% comment. Oh, so she's addressing you, Will. But I think I forgot how young she said she was, but I think I know a lot of people go straight to the military and they skip that whole part.
28.
She's 28. Okay, so 28. Hey, I'm not sure. I know that there's some people out here that there's actually people that I know that are older than me that have never been in actual relationships. But when I talk to them, I'm like, hey man, you sound amazing. But hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of those things I gotta know a person before I can make a judgment on that. But I don't know. But that is a good question. All right.
Okay. Okay. So for me to try to answer that, I'm saying it as far as that is something that you do not see often. That's why I said that's why I said it in a way where it was like a 1%. Like it is very, very rare to see someone, speak the way she did. Especially if you're looking at it from the pop the balloon perspective, it's very rare. It's very, very rare. That's why I did say that to me, it was like she was literally like that 1% as far as her speaking the way she did, full of energy, positivity, the way she carried herself, even the way she dressed. She had no makeup on, real hair. Like, come on, man. Like, she had almost everything a guy would want. And I think that is rare. That is rare. You can't sit there and argue with that. That is rare.
Okay. Hey, talk it up. Yeah. Valencia said, okay, thanks for clarifying. So, hey, I'm glad you guys had the conversation. All right. I think Bear Claw was waiting first. Bear Claw.
Hey.
Do you feel like she was a pick me?
No, I don't. But I had wanted to give a take. I feel like the reason, somebody had that question, right? It's not. I don't think it's based on what she said per se, but it's based on the nature of some people who come on the show that pose to be a certain way, that appear to be a certain way, but the IG or the social media tells different, or the IG is private, or they appear a certain way on the show, and then it's different in real life. So I think that's where the nature of the question comes from. Do I think she was a pick-me? No, I thought she was a very attractive, intentional young woman. But my take on that is, it's the internet. You can never really trust anyone. We don't know this woman. I think she's sincere. I think she's a great match for the guy. I think he's solid, but we don't know these people. So I can understand the take being a little alarming at first, but with dating shows like this, especially a show like this that's viral, you got to question some people that come on here, because it might seem like, oh man, all boxes are checked. They seem perfect. But then you look at some past things and go, ooh. I mean, we all human, nobody's perfect. But no, I don't think she was a pick-me, but I understand the intention behind the question. But I definitely understand. I definitely would say, and I'm gonna drop off after this, but I definitely would say that terms like pick-me, simp, stuff like that are really overused. And, certain things that are looked at in that reign, I think I'm a dinosaur, man, because when I hear that paying for a date instead of going 50-50 is you're on the wrong side of history if you pay for a date as a man. I'm a dinosaur, dude. When we come to the point where dudes ain't paying for dates, I think we lost. But hey, that's just my take. But no, I think she was a great contestant.
Okay. Talk your talk.
Appreciate it, Bear Claw.
Sure. See, I didn't do it this time. I didn't kick nobody. You see that?
No, he went down on his own.
Yes, sir. All right. Duty Mac, then Stepper.
Hey, let's step and go real quick. I'm gonna get over. Let's step and go real quick. I'll come after him.
I got you. Stepper, go ahead.
Thanks,
talk
Duty.
your talk. Ooh, I almost did something crazy just now, boy. I gotta be careful with these right clicks. Go ahead. Go ahead, Stepper.
All right.
To be honest with you, I don't feel like she was being a pick me. I mean, I feel like she was just like, just shooting her shot and just trying to like find a husband. Simple as that. I don't feel like she was being a pick me. And she also looked like she was interested, really, really interested in him anyway, and proved that she wasn't on no trend following and was not like the rest of the females. Yeah, so she wasn't no pick me. Yeah, because I don't know why everybody use the word pick me nowadays and don't really know the definition of it. So yeah. But yeah, she wasn't no pick me. She was just trying to find a match. Then if it works, it works. Then if it don't, hey,
Then you don't. No, that's respect.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, left. Okay. Duty, are you ready?
Let me. You know what? Let me go. Let me be the last one. Let me be the last one because I'm dealing with something. Let me be the last one.
Okay, no problem.
Alright.
Just message us when you're ready.
I got you.
All right. Who's next?
Go ahead, poetical.
Right, you got it.
Okay. Yeah, I've been waiting because I really kind of want to get cooking on this topic. See, what we're not gonna do, we're not gonna shame this woman by using the word pick me. Is she a pick me? Absolutely not. We've been watching 43 episodes of Pop the Balloon, and it's rare that we get these golden moments where a woman comes on, she sees something that she likes, and she goes for it. What's wrong with that? Now, a lot of the time, we've seen a lot of women come on here and they're following, the sister code or whatever you want to call it, and everybody came on there single and they leave single. She immediately has separated herself from the pack. I like the little shade she was throwing. I'm not a follower. Yeah, say it. Speak your talk. Say what you gotta say. Separate yourself from the group, because as we've seen in the follow-ups, when people stay attached to the group, their situations kind of tend to fail. When you see some people separate themselves from the group, their situations have success. So she immediately separated herself from the pack, and she talked her talk. She matched up with this dude, which, a lot of the other women were looking at in a certain type of way because he was soft spoken. That's crazy, but they shied away from him. She didn't. She had her golden moment. She talked her talk. She matched up with who she needed to match up with. That's not a pick me. That's somebody that came here with the intention to find someone. She seen what she liked, and it was, all circus go, whatever you want to call it, and she got her person, and hopefully it works out for them. We'll find out on the follow up, but come on, pick me. That's absolutely not. That's ridiculous. That's crazy word.
Okay. Shout out to Poetical. See? Boom. All right. Duty, are you ready?
No, he said he want to be
Okay,
last.
I'm ready now. I'm actually ready now. My bad. I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. I'll try to be quick with this. Like I said in my comment, no patient slander shall be tolerated here. We ain't doing that. She is an old soul. She is a godsend. She needs to be protected at all times. She came there with intention and purpose. To anybody saying she's a pick me, like I said, you a hater and you a goofy. The great Rush Limbaugh said something. He was right. Women secretly hate each other. And they're in competition with each other. Like when all the women popped, because they didn't all pop in unison. I think maybe like 4 or 5 of them popped. Then as he was talking, 2, 3 more popped until she was the last one left. And I loved how she said, first of all, I want to let you know I'm not a follower. Yeah, I was like, yeah, put them goofies in their place. Get them. I'm all for that. She's a pure soul. Fun fact, I noticed that a lot of people that are named things like patience, and honor and things like that. Those are usually people who come from very religious households who are raised with very traditional beliefs. So shout out to them if that is the case. But the point of the matter is, she was the first woman that actually went there and shot her shot, approached the man, and he was with it. And I was like, yes, that's what we need to see. Like Miles, that's what we need to see. Or as in the words of BM, that's what it's all about. Why can't we have more? Why can't we have more matches like that? Why? How are you gonna shame good? How are you gonna shame that? Why is that a problem? Dang if you do, dang if you don't. If the rest of the flock, no pun intended, if the rest of the flock ain't with it, we expect you to be with it. No, like if I'm actually feeling this person, I'm feeling this person. I don't, y'all can feel how y'all want to feel. That's all well and fine. I actually see something. I actually want something. And to those saying, "Oh, well, she because she's never had a real relationship or she's never been in a relationship, then it might not work out." Well, we don't know that. We don't know that. I've been in the military. I was in the reserves. I don't know what branch she's in. Yeah, there is a stigma with that, and sometimes those don't work out for a host of reasons. But the bottom line of it is, she looks like a genuine soul. I hope it work out for him. Dude seem cool. Let's hope there's a catch up, a positive one. And like I said, there needs to be more examples of that.
Okay. Shout out to Duty Mac talking his talk. That's what we like to see.
We're gonna
Shout out to
Nitro. Yeah, we're gonna let Nitro be the one to close out the topic. So let's go L Dragon, then Chris, and then Nitro.
All right. L Dragon.
I'm showing out his
Go
super
ahead,
chat.
brother. Yeah, shout out to you for the super chat too, brother.
Wait, Nitro going or me?
No, you're going. You're
you,
good.
brother.
Oh, what's up? How y'all doing? So what was the question again?
Do you feel like the girl
Do you
that
believe
got
that
picked?
the first contestant is the pick me?
No, I don't believe she was a pick me. I think she was being her authentic self. And I just want to clear up something real quick. I did not bring up the word simp because I agree with it and I subscribe to it. The only reason why I brought it up is because I know that men and women have been using the word simp and pick me as a way to make other people feel less simp because they're being their authentic self and they're actually putting in effort and they're upset because they're not going, they're basically going against the grain of what they're quote unquote supposed to do. So I think that we need to take the word simp and pick me out of our vocabulary because people call anything that's for a certain someone and that's not what they believe in pick me or simp. And I honestly feel like if we normalize putting in general effort and not going what society thinks you should do, everyone would be happy in the situation and not I honestly feel like people are upset with Patience because she actually did what she was supposed to do, which was put in actual effort and authenticity to end the show, and the results definitely show for it because she got in the match, and they're basically upset with that. And so are the men who call other men simp for being themselves, and their actions and the results show for that. And so that's basically all I had to say. I don't agree with the word simp or pick me. I basically brought that up because they're both words used to to throw malice on people who are actually putting in genuine effort.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how y'all be getting away with that.
What?
Like men calling other men simp? Like, I don't know how y'all be getting away with that. Those are fighting words in my opinion. But hey.
Shoot.
His own.
Nitro.
Eric.
Oh wait. Nitro's supposed to
Nah,
close
he's not
it.
the last one. Yeah,
My
you
fault,
closing us
Nitro.
out, brother.
Yeah, you closing us out. My fault.
Yeah, you the head honcho, bro. You closing us out.
All right,
Chris, go ahead, boss man.
What's up, y'all? Yeah, I want to clear up a lot of stuff. There was a gentleman that said it is very rare to find a black woman like her. No, it's not at all. If you guys date a lot, you're going to run into women that actually desire you. But the problem is, there's a lot of guys that don't date a lot. So, of course, it's rare because they don't run into those type of women. And with her, once again, this woman was highly attracted to this man. See, when women are highly attracted to you, anybody else doesn't really matter. And also, I'm a bit confused here because the guys talk about they want women to submit to them and follow them, but at the same time, you want women to think for themselves. So I'm a bit confused by that because that's what women were designed to do, were to follow. So they're going to do two things. They're either going to follow society or they're going to follow their man. You know, so if they're not really into you, obviously they're going to follow society. If they are, they're going to actually follow you. So that was a bit confusing to me.
Who said that statement?
I think Dorian asked the question. Dorian asked the question, but it was answered in the comments already.
Was it Dorian? Dorian. Was it Dorian?
I think Miles is also saying he originally posed it, but I had a quick convo with Chris.
Oh,
my ultimate point was, in order to find the leader that you're looking for, you have to be somewhat alone in the first place. But that's a different topic.
Okay.
True. I get what you're saying, but it's funny because women say, "Oh, I'm strong and independent and all this stuff," but the reality they're not, because they're actually followers. Because if they're following what other women are doing, what does that actually say? They're actually followers, right? So I don't believe what women say. I follow women's actions. If that actually makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
I get where you're going with this,
right.
But my ultimate point is, there's what they say, there's what they actually desire. What a lot of them desire is genuine human companionship with a man worth following, right? In order to do that, the ideal circumstances, mind you, I'm saying ideal. They have a father. Their father loves their mother. So they now are on their own, unless their parents really arranged a marriage for them. They have to go find a man with those qualities that it's like their father, if not better. So ultimately, they have to have discernment. So that means they have to follow someone to gain that discernment. But ultimately, the burden of choice falls upon them. That's why they have to have the agency to go look out regardless. So regardless of them being followers, they have to ultimately make the choice of who is their leader. Because a leader is nothing without a follower. If a leader without followers is just a crazy person talking.
Of course. I agree with you on that statement, which clarifies what I said. Either they're going to follow society or their man, meaning that if that particular woman's not really into you, she's not really going to follow you. She's not going to make that discernment because she doesn't really see the actual value in you. So when she actually sees the value in you, she's actually going to follow you. So that's the actual discernment, is the seeing the actual value in you. So just to clear that up, if that makes sense.
So do we have any women that would like to actually give their opinion or take on this? Because I feel like it's very because I understand completely what both sides are saying. I just feel like it becomes one of those things. I don't want it to be this things, because I tell Alex this is like the number one thing I hate, is when I'm in spaces and there's two women talking about how men operate, but then there's no man to speak up for men. So I think it's very dangerous when we have conversations about women, but then women are not there in the space as we talk about women, because then at that point it's like we're it's like you're talking about, it's like us as dogs, we're talking about how cats operate, but we don't have any cat input to tell us that our theories or how they function is really how we think it up. But Miles and Monet both want to come up. But like I said, I get what both is saying. That's why I'm not really I'm not really tripping. I just
Nitro said that he got to get back to work, so I'm gonna let Nitro make his piece real quick so he can get back to what he was saying, and then I'll let this conversation kind of continue. Nitro, my brother, go ahead and spit your piece.
Sorry, I was trying to butt in with that because I got the medication key in my pocket, and that gotta run back because that's all important. Anyways, just to speak real quick on her is I don't call her a pick me, even though I'm a guy. I'm not calling her a pick me. She's a know what I want me. You heard? Right? She knows what she wanted. She went after it. It was reciprocated. Whether that works out or not, that's between them two. Keep everybody out. I hope that as they match, they got up out of there and went on their day away from everybody else. And I hope things work out the way that they're supposed to, because she was moving with the intentions, right? She know what she went there for, at least from my perspective, and got away from there. Well, we got 4 matches. There could have been 5, I believe, but that's neither here nor there. And like whoever was left, that was pretty much on them. All right. So I'm proud that she got her match right away. I feel like she pretty much made the episode, even though that was the first thing that was there. She made the episode. And I feel like if more women were moving like that, not necessarily as in how she did it, but knowing what they wanted, but at the same time wasn't trying to be condescending about it, it would go a lot smoother for everybody. And as long as both sides were respecting it, I see nothing wrong.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Big Nitro, and I hope you are staying safe at work, Big Duck. All right. So now I guess we're off of this subject, the pick me subject, because now we're into this subject that Chris and Dorian had started. Miles is unmuted. Everybody should be unmuted. So let's have this dialogue. But first, before we get to it, everybody that's up here can just answer this question. To the guys, right? Do you guys think that the man seemed interested in Patience? Me personally, I can see why people could say he wasn't interested in Patience, because it seemed like he was just like, I don't want to say like defeated after being rejected by all the women, but then again, I don't know, because he also didn't get to say much of anything, so I wouldn't know. So
I would say yes, he was. Most guys haven't experienced a woman that they find attractive like her, and he was probably struck by her beauty, because most men are, because they're not used to women like her desiring them. So I would say yes, he was, but I think he was scared too, if you want me to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yes.
What about all the other gentlemen up here? Do you guys feel like he was attracted to her?
Yes, he was. He was 100% attracted to her. I thought his energy was the same way the whole time. It didn't waver, it didn't change. He didn't get mad. He kind of had the same energy the minute he came around the corner, and then he left out of there with the same energy. So I thought he did a good job, and he did like her. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Dorian? Do you feel like he was interested in her?
Yeah, you see, I'm the only one that looks like I'm gonna differ. It looks like he was attracted to her, but not enough was shown for me. Like I couldn't really tell because homeboy barely spoke. And when she was like, it wasn't just one statement that she said that she was interested in. She went, "Oh, I'm looking to follow you. Can you be my leader?" And then she said, "Oh, can I shoot my shot at you?" So even like if he was a bit scared or off put by all the women rejecting him, I feel a bit off put by the fact like he didn't perk up even like the slightest bit. And I'm not saying that because I think I'm biased by myself, because if someone like if my girl now, when I first started talking to her, Like if she came at me with that kind of energy, I'd be like, oh
Mm.
nah, say less. We're on timing. So I'm just it's off-putting to see very little reaction. Just like very
Nonchalant about it.
unfazed. Yeah, that's what's throwing me off. But that's why I'd say personally it seems like he was interested, but not enough for it to be concrete.
Right.
That's just my opinion. That's why I said what I said earlier. I hope and pray it works out, but if it doesn't, I can't say I'm surprised.
Got it. All right. So now then, let's get back to what the other conversation was about. And this will probably be the thing that wraps it up. So let's have this dialogue. Let's be adults. Let's talk about it. This situation, this conversation between Chris and Dorian speaking about what happened was.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say you make your spiel, but I know you initially called for like a woman to intervene, so we should let Monet kind of kick it off with her point of view,
right?
And then everybody kind of go from there.
And actually, if there's any other women in the chat that want to defend women, because like I said, this is not a manosphere. My wife is up here for a reason. My wife just don't debate. She's a very lovable, cheerful person, and she just be chilling. She's a chill guy.
I don't have the energy for it.
So
that's all.
If y'all, as this conversation goes, ladies, if you guys hear any hot takes that you disagree with, it is a free for all. You can come up here and disagree with the take. I'm not going to stop y'all. This is a discussion. So anyway, Chris and Dorian, actually, if Monet wants to speak, but I don't think she has all the context. So that's why I was about to ask them to recontextualize what the disagreement was, if you guys remember at all.
I don't.
Yeah. So, what I was saying was, guys can't have their cake and eat it too. They want women to follow them and submit to them, but yet they want women to think for themselves too, in a actual group of other women. Because once again, women are designed to follow. That's what they're designed to do. And then men are talking about, well, these women need to think for themselves. They don't need to be all this group think. No, that's what they're designed to do. Of course they're gonna think for themselves when they get with a guy that they see value in. So that's the actual discernment, is when they see value in you as a man, they're going to follow you. But if they don't really see the value in you, they're not going to follow you. They're going to stick to what society says. That's it.
Okay.
My ultimate point of contention was, in order to even get to a man that's worth following, you eventually have to find him. So that means you need to have some sort of mental whereabouts that has some strong discernment about you, so you can find that man. So there's a bit of a period of, well, you're not under leadership.
Okay,
I see where you're coming from.
And that's why women, the topic is y'all. So who better yet? And Miles has also volunteered to raise the banner for women as well in this conversation. So shout out to Miles. He's being very chivalrous today. But Monet, based on this conversation, what is your take before Miles comes in and throws the Tekken Tag 2 swap out with you?
I look at it like this, right? When it comes to dating and when it comes to relationships, it's really like anything. What you put into it is what you get out. So, if, in a sense, and I say that because if I put all my effort into a guy who is, let's see, if I decide that I want to follow the lead of this guy who's not taking care of me the way that a man should, that's not doing X, Y, and Z, the things that he should do as a man, that is a fault on my part. So I will say, like, yes, leading, like, women are meant to lead, not lead. Follow. I'm losing my minds. Are meant to follow. There we go. But it's just people have to be in the right placement. And if you can have a woman, you know, who wants to follow a man, who wants to be beside a man and follow him, but if there aren't men out there who aren't, you know, doing their thing, a woman's going to do what she wants to do, i.e. be that masculine lady, i.e. be the person that she wants to have in her life, like that masculine role that she wants to have. She's going to fulfill that space. And I think, like, I mean, with the conversation, I guess, like, I wasn't really seeing a need for women to be talked about here, because this seemed more of kind of like a man-to-man conversation. I see both sides about how, yes, women should take charge, but yes, women should also follow. But it's really one of those things. Am I, as a woman, in proper placement to follow said man, and is this man in proper placement to lead me? But a lot of folks don't have that necessary what's it called? I'm losing it.
Insight.
They don't have
I'm
that.
losing it with you.
Insight.
They don't. There we go. They don't have, because I don't want to say discernment. I will say that thought process that they should have.
Yeah, insight or intuition.
I mean, me personally, maybe because I came late, so I don't really understand the full context of everything. But I didn't really see a need for women to be defended, I guess.
Okay.
I think that well, I lost it.
You can
Women are
press.
gonna follow what they
You can press R1 and you can press R1 and tag in Miles at any second. He has been ready to go.
Yeah, Miles, you do
Enlighten
your thing,
us.
guys.
Enlighten us,
I don't
Miles.
even know what's happening, to be honest.
I
I've been
don't know
sitting here
either.
this whole time.
I'm trying to figure out how women got involved in the first place. That was my part.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, you know, like trying to put something together, because I'm like,
Women got involved
in there?
because Kite said that he hates, well, hate is a strong word, but he strongly dislikes conversations that are focused around the opposite gender, yet no opposite gender is present. So if we got a whole bunch of women on here talking about things that men do, and there's not a single man in the conversation that can interject and say yay or nay, that is not a good conversation foundationally, and vice versa. So that's basically why women have been thrown into the mix.
Now I still don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I still
It's all right. Miles finna clean it up, bro.
Okay.
Well, Miles, you have never had a Flock Talk spotlight so bright right now. So by all means, I need you to
This is crazy.
dive headfirst into this.
Why do I feel like this is like the hot tag in wrestling? You know, when they be like on the ground and they slowly go to the hot tag. You know? This feel like that moment, and the crowd go crazy, and I jump over the ring and beat everybody and get the pin. Okay, first let me just say shout out to Chris, man. Chris is the man. You need somebody like that on your squad, man. He's always gonna be controversial with the stuff he be saying. You need someone like that on your team. He makes the show hot with the stuff he say. You know, I always wonder where he gets his information from. I love it because it just gives me fuel to say what I be saying. Women have a problem. The follow thing is a big problem in the women's culture because it's like they mess up so bad because they're so caught up on following each other. And I'll give you a case in point. I swear on everything. I'm in high school and it was a science project. We had to dissect a pig. You guys know that science project you do, right? You got to dissect a pig at some point. And we had 6 girls that all knew each other. And every last one of them was afraid to touch the pig. So one girl literally was watching them and she was a part of the group. And she was just like, oh no, I can't work with them. So our teacher said, get with a partner. And immediately she looked at me and said, you seem to be comfortable with, cutting the pig. I'll do the paperwork and you do the dissection. I was like, bet. And we got an A in the science class, and all her homegirls had to go to summer school because they failed. She understood it was a time to follow and a time not to follow. She made the maturity to say, nah, I'm not going to follow these ladies here. I'm going to follow these boys who know what they're doing and make the smart decision because I actually like what he's doing. He's not afraid to cut the pig. I'll do the paperwork. We'll get an A. And that's the thing about some of these women. They got to stop with the following because a couple other girls said the same thing. It's when you're finding a match, it's about what is good for you. not what's good for you and other people's approval. Find what's good for you. I thought the guy ISO, I thought him and the last girl that was chatting, they kind of looked like they was feeling each other. And I felt like she got caught into the mindset of following and just was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to, I'm done. And just left it alone, because mainly the first girl was kind of being negative, you know, with ISO saying things like, oh, well, I just pop, we don't need to get into what I do for a living, and being real negative, just sucked the air out the whole room with him. And everybody saying he was being nonchalant and stuff like that. But she looked like she really liked him. Like, just in the visual, the smiles they had, the joking and stuff like that. I'm like, I bet on my bottom dollar behind the scenes, they hooked up no different than Mozzie and that other chick did on the last season. I bet you after the show, I bet you they went to the club. I bet you they went to the club and they know each other now. I bet you they did. Behind the scenes, they probably hooked up because she just felt like, well, I'm gonna just be a part of the team and just not really deal with it. You know, he's short and all that. But even she said, but he's cute though. But he really cute though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, see, you really like him, but you're afraid of what other people gonna say. Just go off of your own thoughts, not necessarily follow the leader. Just follow your heart. And everything will be fine. But I think some people just don't understand that part. I know personally a lot of young girls who do got a leadership mindset on, you know, how to choose for themselves. They kind of had it started when they were really young by their parents. You know, just asking your daughter, hey, what do you want to eat? You want this cereal? You want eggs? Or, you know, hey, you want to go left or right? You know, little things like that kind of build up a woman's mindset to kind of think for themselves when they get older. But a lot of women don't have that, unfortunately. And I do think that's a problem. I think we got to fix it. And Chris is right, and everybody's right. It's almost like who's right, who's righter, who's wronger, but everybody's right ultimately. And it's not have your cake and eat it too. It's just common sense. You know, if you want to find a man, well, you got to make your own choice, and then from there you can go on to then lead with that man, let him lead you. But before that, you got to choose right. You got to make decisions based on your own. Okay, and that's it.
Okay.
I'm still lost. I'm so sorry. I am.
Yeah, it's terrible for you as a moderator.
All the women are lost.
Because literally, how did we fit into this conversation? Because
the conversation's
like
about.
We're playing that little game.
Can I say what happened?
It's crazy.
I understand what you. Nah, bro.
But you know what happened? It started because when I came on the first call, I remember when I came on, I was saying that Pop the Balloon. What it showed was that a lot of women are followers, and that's what it happened. That's where it started, because everybody was saying, "Oh, I don't deal with the bald man for all these weird reasons," and that's where it started. And then Chris jumped in the comment section, and he jumped in by saying, "Well, women are designed to be followers," and then that's when it started to escalate to where we're at right now.
Okay, I mean, to a degree, Chris, like, you're not wrong, but like, I'm confused as to how I gotta defend some women here, because
it wasn't. See,
you know,
I don't know. Okay, first off, this is all.
I was messing. I was joking.
No, silencio. Nah,
it's probably because she's not a follower.
My language. Don't you speak
the reason
my
why
language.
she's not a follower. That's why.
So first off, it wasn't that women needed to be defended at any point. I was asking for female input. There's a difference between being defended and giving input. The point of me asking for female input is because we had two dudes up here going back and forth on how a female can either be a follower or does not have free will, or free thinking, but also needs to follow, etc. And when you have a conversation about women and there's no women in the conversation, then that's the same thing as when a group of women have a conversation about men, but there's no men. I don't understand how it's difficult to understand it, but like at the end of the day, like I said, I understand both arguments. I just wanted to hear female input. But apparently this is a conversation where we could have just mansplained this entire conversation and not asked any female input, and maybe that would have been better. So
it took 30 minutes to even get to this point.
Yeah, but I mean, oh, sorry, my voice. Sorry.
Maybe Chris has been right the whole time about women. I think that's what it is.
Nah, bro, shut up.
All right, chill out. Let's not do that.
No, you know what?
Your mouth. All of that.
No, you know what?
Your mouth.
He wasn't that way. He wasn't that way.
Nah, Chris been right the whole time. I don't care how nobody feel.
Nah, bro, you wanted feedback, now you're getting it.
Nah, Chris been right the whole
I'm tagging
time.
back in. Stop it. You can't be a dictator. Stop it. I'm tagging back in. So, back to what I was saying. I'm gonna clean up my little spiel, okay? In the whole that women are designed to follow. Chris, you are right in that sense. Chris for president is crazy work. Stop trolling. Get your fingers off your keyboard. But back to what I was saying. Back to what I was saying. Yes, women are designed to follow. However, this world has given us a lot of instances and scenarios to where we can either follow the common idea or follow our own idea. And that's just not a lot of women specifically don't have their own idea. So of course they're going to follow the social idea in the social construct. That is quite literally what happened. Yes, there are women who can be leaders. Yes, there are women who can be independent. Yes, there are women who, are strong women. However, we're designed to follow an idea. And whoever's idea we follow, that's up to us. But yes, to that sense, Chris, you are right. Yes, to the sense that, Dorian, yes, women should think for themselves and be independent. Yes, they should. However, they shouldn't let that independence cloud their judgment to the point where they're single and bitter and wish they could have a man. So, booyah. That's my womanly input, and I'm getting off this stage.
Yeah, okay. Chris, all that told me was Chris was right the whole time, and you people owe that man an apology.
Nobody brought it up.
Chris, I want to personally let you know that you've been right 100% of the time.
Nobody wanted to have this conversation.
Thank you.
Yep. You know what, Chris?
Thank you.
I'm giving you the power because it's funny. I tried to create a space of equality, and the women, like somebody in the comments, just shimmy danced their equality away. They don't want the equality. They can't even keep up with the conversation. They shimmy danced their way out of the conversation. And you know what, Chris? You've been right the whole time. I can't.
This is what I was talking about when you let him get bored. This is what I'm talking about.
Chris been right because Miles said he was right,
but nobody.
Monet said he was right, so he's been right. He's right. Chris is right. Chris is right.
Well, who challenged him?
He's just right.
I didn't challenge him either.
Lost.
It's just
he's just
right.
so lost. Nobody challenged him.
No, you're welcome, Chris. I'm glad we get the fact that Miles and Chris have formed this, like, they both said the same thing is just crazy. Because I expected them to clash, but Chris is right.
Thank you. Can
I'm
I say
trying to
something?
understand why is what Chris be saying so controversial about men just leading and women say they want a man that can lead.
The seed has been planted.
That's basically what he alludes to, but it turns into a whole another dynamic. Like it stirs up something in people. Like it's crazy work to me. It's crazy. Like this is what it's crazy to me. I mean, I guess in this day and age, what he says sounds so controversial, but it's not. Like women turn down men who are soft spoken, and what's the perception behind that? Because they feel like a man ain't gonna be like strong enough or protect them or whatever. Now you have a guy who just speaks his mind and say what he is and stand 10 toes down on it, and now it's a whole nother thing. Like what? It just it starts to boggle my mind. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest real quick.
Can I say something?
Yes, President.
Okay, stop. Thank you, appreciate that.
Hey, yo, can I say something after Chris?
No,
can I say something after Chris?
I refuse.
That's crazy.
Okay, here's a couple of things, because you're saying that women need to think for themselves. By and large, as with women aren't gonna think for themselves because they don't want to be shamed. A lot of times in society. So, like for example, if women dress a certain way, you know that woman in the middle, the woman with the blue and black corset and green, right?
Yeah.
A lot of guys would, Solanda. A lot of guys would think that she's easy, that she's a 3 or 4, right? So, if we start doing that, if women start thinking for themselves or dressing the way they want to dress, they're going to be shamed as, 304s, right? So guys need to make up their mind what they want, because they want women to think for themselves, but when they do actually think for themselves, they're actually shamed for that. So we can't have it both ways.
Skip Monet, bring up
so
Moses.
Yeah.
Skip Monet, bring up Moses.
That's crazy, bro. You trolling her, bro.
Moses, I want to hear your input on this. I've been waiting for you all day.
I don't even know why.
Nah,
you're a mod. How are you asking to speak? Just bring yourself to the stage.
Nah. I want Moses to speak. I want Moses to speak. Moses, you speak
Moses,
on
go
this
ahead,
conversation.
bro. You said you've been wanting to talk to Chris or something. You want to say something to Chris.
Chris is right, man.
Thank you.
1,000%. Because number one, you got to understand this. Like, the reason why it's like this is because, one, women are used to leading men. Again, shout out to Lucario Miles when you talk about masculine identity, knowing who you are. So you have to understand that most guys out here don't know who they are. So that women are constantly running into that consistently. And this is what Chris is trying to bring up.
And he's right. And Moses is right too. So Moses and Chris, president, vice president, everybody else submit.
Yeah, and then a lot of times these women don't recognize a man, don't recognize a real masculine man. Again, shout out to Miles cutting him when you talk about masculine identity. So that can be one way too, because again, when you get used to doing something over and over again, it becomes a habit. So that's what happened with these females. So they get used to running game on dudes. So when they meet an alpha male, a masculine man, they don't recognize the masculine man in front of them, because again, they've been conditioning to play games with men. So that's what Chris has been talking about, and I agree 1,000%.
Nobody has anything to say?
All right, well,
everybody muted.
Hey, I appreciate you for your input, big dog. I appreciate you for your input. Hey, we trying to wrap up in 12 minutes, so I need everybody to say what they're gonna say, and then you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the heck up out of here. Moses, I appreciate you and your point. Yes, sir. You have a good one, boss man. All right, who's next? Squad, go ahead and say what you gotta say. You got 2 minutes and 30 seconds starting now.
Can I scat a little bit, rap with you a little bit?
As long as it's within 2 minutes and 30 seconds, yes, you absolutely may.
I'm gonna try to. It's hard. I'm gonna try to. With the topic about women following and whatnot. Okay, here's the thing. We are designed to follow our leader, our head of the household, our man. Okay, that's what we're designed to do. However, there are cases when we have to be sensible and we have to use discernment. So where does that come into play? It doesn't just come into play after you say your wedding vows or anything like that. That has to be taught. We have to teach our little girls that even though when you get married, this is what God intended, but you still have to be sensible. And the reason why I say this, I always take it back to the Bible, is because remember the issue of David and Abigail and Nabal. Because of Nabal's selfishness and his attitude, he was about to get his whole family wiped out by David and his men. And when Abigail found out what was going on, instead of going to her husband and basically saying, hey, what is wrong with you? Because she knew that he was not a sensible man and she would get nowhere. She took it upon herself to gather up all the food and all the items of hospitality, put it on her donkeys and stuff. And with her servants, they went to meet David on the road and said, you know what? Forget my husband. He's a fool. this is what I'm presenting to you, and please forgive myself, my family, and my husband. That was an act of sensibleness. Now, in that case, should she have followed her husband? If she had followed her husband, the whole household would have been murdered because of her husband's actions. So we have to be discerning. We have to be discerning. We have to be. We have to follow our husbands, yes, but only if they are leading in the right way. And like I said, Sarah and Abraham, same situation. Sarah called Abraham Lord. She respected him with all her heart. And even to the point where when the Pharaoh was in love with her and everything like that, Abraham was like, you know what? Do not tell him that I'm your husband because he could try to kill me. Say that you're my sister. And she went
Yeah,
along
about
with
15
it because
seconds.
it was beneficial for her and her family. But think about what happened with Hagar and Ishmael when Sarah said, hey, you need to get them up out of my house. They got to go. And Abraham was apprehensive about it. God told him, listen to your wife. So it's very possible to still follow your man when he is right, but still use discernment when needed. And that's all I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you so much for what you offered to the conversation. Okay, who's next? Who did we not hear? You know what, Poetical, go ahead and say what you got to say, bro, so we can start getting people up out of here. You got any closing comments or remarks?
Man, I'm just listening to people cook and talk about this, this topic. And like I said, I mean, when we talk about a woman following a man, it's not like the woman is just supposed to shut off her brain and just be deaf, dumb, and blind to everything. Like she has a brain, she has function, she gonna operate. It's not to just follow this man into oblivion or whatever you want to call it, and just like follow this into corruption. It's just how things are supposed to be designed. You know what I mean? Like if a man is supposed to protect the woman, then the woman in essence is supposed to follow the man. Of course, he has to be of the right mind to lead her. That's kind of like the somewhat obvious part to me. If he is not in the right mind, then she shouldn't be following them. But again, that's why it's important for men to know who they are, handle their business, do what they're supposed to do, have their confidence and all that. And generally women will be attracted to that. The right women or a collection of different women that they can choose from will be attracted to that, and they can pick the right one that's at the end of the day most compatible with them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's a fact. You're spitting. Appreciate you. All right. Well.
Oh, don't forget Hurdle.
Knocking down. Yeah, go ahead, Hurdle. You've been waiting for a minute. Go ahead, say what you got to say in relation to the topic. You got 2 minutes and 30 seconds, boss.
Yo, what up, Kites?
What's the word?
Man, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. I feel like, if you're in a covenant with a woman, she should follow you regardless. Like that, it reminds me of like when women say like, I'll be feminine if you show me that I can be feminine and I can bask in my femininity. And I'm like, you should be feminine regardless. Like, that's like saying for a man, I'm gonna be masculine when you bring your feminine. You should follow me regardless. That's all I had to say. Shout out KiteZz, shout out Alex. Y'all doing your thing.
Hey, shout out to you.
Hey, I don't get no shout out. That's crazy. All right. We'll keep it moving. It's all right, man. It's all right. I mess with y'all, bro. Y'all, it's all good. Miles, brother, please. You got 2:30. Go ahead and knock it out. We can call it a day.
West didn't get no shout out, man. His soul was crushed off that one. He was like, "Dag, all the work I do for y'all, you don't say bye to me or nothing. Forget it."
It's all good, bro. They gonna appreciate me when I'm gone, bro.
Hey, yo, my grandmother be saying that at 85. I'm like, hey, yo, speak for yourself, man. Don't be saying that with your ignorant self. Yeah, my grandmother be saying that too. You gonna miss me when I'm gone. Well, go on there and let's find out. You get on my nerves. Anyway, no, man, this has been one crazy topic. I love it. It's been going all over the place. I'm with you, Alex. I'm like, where are we right now? Because I have my whole mindset of something totally different than what we was going at. You want to give Chris some credit for what he said, I guess. I'm not. I can't do it.
Nope, you've
I
already
ain't
submitted.
built like that.
It's too
I
late.
just will not.
It's too late.
I
It
ain't
started
submitting
in the
nothing.
chat.
It's too late.
It
You
I ain't
bent the
started in the
submitting
knee.
nothing.
chat.
You bent the knee. The
I
knee
ain't
has touched. Chris is
capping
your
it.
ruler. You will respect him.
He ain't my ruler. Ain't no man with no woman ain't my
You
ruler.
will
He ain't got
bow
no
and
woman. How you gonna
submit.
say me ruler?
You will submit
Nah,
to your king.
nah. No,
Oh
absolutamente
man.
nada. No,
Oh
no,
man.
sir.
Baby girl.
Yeah, so I was just basically saying, on my point of view from all this, was on the pop the balloon aspect. If the women are on the show and you're trying to find a man that's good for you, all I was saying was, don't worry about what the other girls around you are thinking. Just use your own thoughts and just look at your own lifestyle and see if this man is good for your lifestyle, not based off what the other girls are saying or doing. That's all I was saying. And that's just me coming from me having a woman, that, who basically chose me. And y'all know my situation. We talked about it last week. She chose me. And I'm the type of person in my situation where most girls wouldn't have chose me. And she was like, nah, I am going to choose you. You're good for my life. So she didn't have to choose me. She could have chose anybody else, but she chose a guy who literally got his vision back, who was getting a kidney from his father, and literally is going to live the rest of my days as a healthy, strong man and really get back into the world that I love. And she chose me. She didn't have to choose me. She literally chose me just out of like, oh, you're good for me. So that's all that I was saying, is I just hope women, when they're finding a man, choose based off of what is good for you and not what the women around you or society says, because that's how the women be staying single, unfortunately. That's all I was saying. And no, I ain't submitting to Chris either.
You will.
All right, man. You have a good night. Appreciate you
You too.
for saving your point. Yes, sir. All right. Now, because Kite has been, putting Chris in the spotlight,
He's closing.
we gonna let him be the one that close. Yeah, he gonna close. So, Monet, go ahead and say your
Yeah.
point.
Okay, so when Poetical was up here, he had made the comment or question about why is it that everybody doesn't like Chris's points and Chris's takes? Why is
No,
it so
you will not.
controversial?
No. Let's stop that here.
No,
Chris,
I'm not doing that.
Silencio. Chris is the king of
Wait,
this
what?
flat talk, and you will respect
Why would you
him.
do that?
You will
Stop
respect
it.
Chris.
You're doing too much.
You will respect
You're
Chris,
doing way
and
too
you will
much.
not speak
Because
against Chris.
what I was going to do
as the
Who muted him? Wait, who muted him?
you will respect Chris.
Oh, my
I
stomach
am.
hurts.
I am.
Who
You ain't
muted
even let me
him?
finish. You ain't even let me finish. See,
Chris,
this
I
is
won't let them
exactly why
slander you.
y'all. Nah, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Anyways,
my goodness gracious.
nah, see, because you was doing too much. Because I actually was going to throw a power up to your man's Chris. So,
Blaze.
anyways, back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. So, the reason why people have very controversial takes with his statements is that it's very hard for people to look at the truth and see how some of the things he says are truthful, because Chris does make good and valid points sometimes, just like anybody else. He makes good and valid points just like anybody else on this panel who has spoken. Sometimes he misses, sometimes he hits it.
He never
but
misses.
Like it's just shut up. You're doing too much. You talk about me glazing. Please stop. You're the professional glazer. Anyways.
And with that note, thank
back
you.
to what I was
All right.
back to what I was saying. I didn't even finish. Thank you. But back to what I was saying is that people have a hard time with pulling the truth from what people actually say. Because the thing is about a liar never tells a complete lie. Not that I'm calling Chris a liar, but I'm giving an example.
I don't
a
like
liar
this
never tells a
disrespect.
complete lie. There's always Shut up. There's always truth. There's always truthfulness when a liar is telling a lie, and it's hard for people to pick out the truth when people say things, especially like Chris, because Chris is very passionate about the things that he says. So that's why it's very hard for people to, respect the things that Chris says and the points that he makes, because he does speak the truth just like anybody else here. Sometimes he misses, sometimes he doesn't, but we have to be respectful, and we have to, actually listen with our ears to understand and not to respond. Good night.
Good night. Appreciate you, gang. All right.
Oh wait, and before I forget,
you already said good night.
That's
kudos to my man West.
I appreciate you, gang.
Ain't none of y'all gave him
please.
his rightful respect.
See, and this is what we're talking about. This is what we're
It's
talking
kind
about.
of the way you doing it's kind of funny. It's like she trying to walk in the store and you a security guard. Like, man, please stay out of the store. I appreciate you, Monet. I appreciate you, gang. I'm glad you had a good shift at work. Thank you for all the words you added to the conversation, positive as they may be. I appreciate you. Dorian, my brother, it's all up to you, gang.
My fault, yo. I wanted clarification because when I saw Chris in the chat, I was like, I almost thought he was making a question of women's competence in terms of them being followers, but eventually he just clarified what he meant. And apparently that exchange got people even more confused, so here we are. Ain't that fun?
It's all good, bro. Now you know, gang.
Right.
No, I'm muted. Dang it. Anyway, it happened in the chat. It got clarified in the chat. And then it got brought up in the middle of a topic we were discussing. And I lost the topic that we were discussing because it got brought up.
Why does that information matter? Chris is right. So I think that's what we need to focus on here. I think that's the important topic that we
my final did this man
She left, bro. He ain't kicker, she left, bro.
I was about to say
she's a coward.
But
she's a coward. She
Oh,
refuses.
no.
She refuses to be.
Don't ever disrespect me on this YouTube space. I will burn this whole Discord to the ground.
I'm about to say, go ahead, Dorian, because we about to get on up out of here, bro. You got like a minute and a half left. Go ahead, bro.
Well, no, I ain't got that much left to say. So ultimately, bearing in mind what Chris said, I heard that you don't have a lady. Hopefully, bro, you have some prospects coming up, because if you're preaching all this wisdom, I hope you live by it. And if we, as other dudes in this Discord, also want to live by that same wisdom and actually be leaders, we should also get some results. So speaking about good things is one thing, living the good things is another. So I hope and pray we all just take the time and do the effort to actually make sure we become these leaders, so we become husbands and fathers. Talking is one thing, acting is another. So I hope and pray we all actually get it pushing.
Amen.
God bless. Be easy, y'all.
Bless. Appreciate you, broski. All right, Chris, it's time, bro. Kite saying you the LeBron James of Flock Talk, bro. I don't really appreciate, putting the GOAT in this, pop the balloon stuff, but for the context of the conversation, that's fine, bro. You the LBJ of this Flock Talk stuff. So go ahead and wrap us out, and then we gonna end with that prayer that Nitro wanted us to give, and we're gonna call it a day.
Yes, sir. First of all, I want to say this. No, I'm not Red Pill. I'm not Manosphere. All of my ideas come from Miles and Mr. Lucario. Shout out to them. And these fellas changed my life. And the reason why I got on this Flock Talk from the beginning, because I want you, man, to see what I actually see in my actual self value. And without those guys, I would be lost in the dating. Right now, my dating life is amazing because those guys help me to see my actual value. And the second reason why I got on here, because there's been a lot of negative talk about Black women, and like Black women are hard to deal with and blase. that is not true from my own personal experience. Because I've dated black women from all over everywhere. And I've never met a black woman that has been difficult to me. Why? Because of Miles and Lucario has shown me the value in myself. And I encourage all you men to hop over to their channel. We have a little show Friday. Miles has a show Sunday. We have Real Game No Theory. If you guys have any questions, hop onto their channel because they'll definitely change your lives. Same way with the women too. Head over to the channel. Matter of fact, KiteZz and Alex, we did a reaction to the actual Flock Talk on that channel. So you guys are free to check that out. So they actually clipped that, and we did a reaction to one of the talks we had on your channel. So I encourage you guys to check that out.
Hey,
All right.
shout out to him.
Appreciate you, boss man.
I'm letting
But thank you guys. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm letting him have this free shameless plug, and I'm not gonna question it because he deserves it. So go ahead, shameless plug as much as you need to, sir.
Well, it's back to y'all because it's y'all channel. So we did a actual reactionary to the young lady that I was talking to probably about a couple of episodes ago. So that is on Mr. Lucario's channel. Free to check that out. I would suggest you guys go ahead and go on to Miles' channel, Mr. Lucario's dating channel. If you really need help with making your dating life a actual phenomenal thing, because just like those guys on the Pop the Balloon show, I would be lost without those guys. I would have no direction in my dating life. And those guys have given me a sense of direction and value as an actual man. So we teach about leadership and masculinity on our channel. We don't teach about red pill stuff, manosphere stuff. We teach about seeing the value in yourself and leading. This is why I said several Flock Talks ago that I don't hold women accountable for what they do, because we are the leaders as men. So anything we do, as Mr. Lucario and Miles teach us, that's on us. So if we get with a woman that's not submissive to us, well, that's on us. We didn't realize the signs from the actual beginning. So I encourage you guys to hop onto their channel tomorrow. I think they have a show at like 4:30. Miles and Mr. Lucario, hop onto them and just learn and get in, as they call it, get into the game of life. And that's it. And I want to thank you guys, KiteZz and Alex, for giving me this opportunity to talk my talk and to walk my walk. I appreciate you guys so much.
Shout out to Big Chris.
Thank you.
Yep, appreciate you. All right. Let's go ahead and hit that prayer up. And let's go ahead and wrap us up first, Kite, and then you hit that prayer, and then we go.
All right, y'all. Well, that concludes the Flock Talk. The ending was a little rocky, but if you still survived this far up until the ending, then I'm glad that you made it. Other than that, shout out to all the people on the YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody that took time out of their day to jump up here in the audience. Thank you to all the people who jumped up on stage to speak. Shout out to my lovely, lovely wife, It's Just Alex. Shout out to West for being the moderator for today. Next Flock Talk, I'm not going to troll. I'm going to be more serious. I just felt like this was just too good of an opportunity. Shame on me. I will take the punishment for whatever I deserve, but I got to have my fun. But some of you guys don't even realize it yet, but you will. But at the end of the day, shout out to everybody that came out. Shout out to the channel that got plugged. Go check that out. You know, shout out to them for doing the reactions. I appreciate it. Anything you want to say, my lovely, lovely wife?
No, I don't have anything I want to say. To be honest, I don't.
Dang, we can't even.
Y'all for tuning in.
Dang, we can't even end the thing all peacefully, bro. Like, God dang.
No, I'm just joking though. But no, shout out to y'all. Good talking points this episode. It was cool. I I do plan on like adding different talking points and stuff like that, just so we can switch it up and everybody get a chance to do something different. So those that are interested in like gaming and anime and stuff like that, those topics will be thrown out maybe next week or so. But yeah, other than that, shout out to YouTube, shout out to Nitro for the super chat.
All right,
shout out to West.
West, anything you want to say?
Shout out to Kite.
Hey.
No, not really. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about a lot more gaming and anime related things. So if you're well versed in that, please come prepared.
All right.
Please come prepared for gaming and anime related topics.
All right, let's wrap this up on a more serious note. Everybody, stop your trolling, stop your arguing, because now we gotta
Y'all gonna ruin the shameless plugs. We gonna stop doing them.
Yeah.
It's all good. We gotta say this prayer.
All right. Nitro requested that we pray about what exactly?
All the flying related like incidents has been going on. All the planes crashing, people passing away, people getting injured, all of that.
Okay.
Basically.
Well, like I said, the last time we did a prayer, I am not a pastor, I am not a preacher, I'm just a believer in Christ. So my prayer comes with that discretion. If you guys believe in a different deity than I do, that's perfectly fine. Pray in your own right. If you don't believe in anything, that's perfectly fine. You free to click off at this point. There's no disrespect taken. But over here, my house serves Christ, Yeshua Messiah, so I will be praying to such. But so everybody be respectful. Let's pray. We're gonna pray about the situations that's been happening. Lord Father God, we thank you for allowing us to come to a space and be together. Lord Father God, we thank you for the conversation and the people that were able to be here to have the conversation. We thank you for your goodness and mercy and your peace that protects all around us, Lord. Lord, we ask that you continue to watch over us and please deliver us from the hands of evil. And please forgive us all of our sins that we know of, we don't know of. Forgive us for our trespass and forgive us for our offense if we've offended somebody, whether we knew or not. Lord, we ask that you please watch over these people who are all around the world you created, who are going through these natural disasters. Lord Father God, we pray for the people that are in Detroit where their area is flooded. We ask that you watch over the people in California, watch over people in Florida, people in Texas, watch over all over the nation, all over the world, Lord Father God, that are going through these natural disasters, Lord. Lord, we ask that you allow these people to be able to come out safely, Lord Father God, and allow people to properly mourn those that they lose, Lord Father God. Lord Father God, we also ask that you watch over the people that are going on these planes, Lord Father God, these plane crashes, Lord Father God, clearly there's something going on bigger than what we know, Lord, so we ask that you put your covering protection over people who are going to and travel. We ask that you put your traveling mercy and grace over people, Lord. Lord, we thank you for all that you continue to do. Allow everybody that's been in this video, that watches the video later on, or even just separates, or people who can't even be here today, Lord Father God, we ask that you watch over them and you give them your traveling mercy and grace and protection. Heal the bodies of those who are going through illnesses right now, Lord Father God. There are a lot of viruses going around infecting people, Lord Father God. I ask that you put a spirit of healing over your people, Lord Father God, and I ask that you, Lord Father God, create more and more opportunities for us to share the gospel of your son, Yeshua Messiah. In the name of Yeshua Messiah, we pray forever and ever. Amen. All right, go.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all.
All right, I'll be easy. Y'all
Peace.
have a good night. Deuces.